on San Diego's number one sports talk station, 97.3. The Fan, Chris Ello here. Tony Gwynn Jr. there. Matt Scraby over yonder as we hang out in the Odyssey Palace studios on a day where I really searched for San Diego angled sports news.
Not a lot.
I found nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nothing.
Nothing.
So, I think kind of a potpourri of discussions to have on the program today. We head into the NFL weekend, week 15, and we'll get into some of that. Obviously, there's a couple of baseball notes here and there. NBA Cup semifinals are tonight. You know, as a matter of fact, let's start the show over. We got to start with the NBA Cup, don't we, Scrape?
NBA Cup is the dumbest thing that sports has ever done.
I know how he loves it.
I'm sorry.
I know how he loves it.
It's the dumbest thing. No one even knows what's going on.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you out there can name the semifinal games in the NBA Cup tonight, consider yourself
I know the Knicks are one.
Probably too much of an NBA fan. I think it's Knicks versus. Oh boy,
is it tonight? Are you sure it's tonight?
It may not even be tonight.
I thought it was a Friday. It's Friday.
I thought it was finally a Friday. I think you have the NBA Cup games tonight. I don't know. Oklahoma City plays the
Knicks
Spurs.
don't play tonight if it is tonight.
All right. Oklahoma City's going to play the Spurs. The Knicks are going to play somebody else.
Neither of those teams are playing.
All right. So the games aren't tonight. I'm dying for content, so much so that I went to the NBA Cup. Well, look, let's start here. To the kids at Cathedral High School, good luck tonight. They're going up to Saddleback. Braden Soprenant's guys going to play for the state championship against Folsom. I think we have a couple of other schools that are playing in smaller division state championships. I don't want to leave those kids out, but best of luck to all the football teams that are playing and still alive for a state championship. I was one of those, old get off my lawn guys, Tony. Didn't necessarily think a state championship was necessary.
Really?
I thought you win.
I would have never guessed that.
Really?
Honestly.
Oh, you would have thought I was into the state championship.
Yeah, I mean,
me too.
I know going back to when I was in high school.
You wanted that.
Absolutely.
You did.
Absolutely.
So
it was only in basketball.
Right. That basketball's always had it.
Right.
Basketball's always had it. But I've always felt there's a certain disappointment, right? If you have a 37-0 basketball season, you sweep through the conference, you sweep through the CIF, you even win the Southern section, and then you go up to, I think they used to play it in Arco Arena back when they had the Arco Arena. I don't know where they play it now, but Sacramento somewhere. But you get your, you meet a team from Northern California and they wax you by 20. I don't want you to think that's a disappointing season now.
I know, but you
see what I mean?
But most of the time, if not all the time, those teams at the time were stuck wondering, we beat that team up there north. And basketball was the only, as you said, was
the only one you could prove it.
You could prove it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember
especially for me in baseball, being able to take it beyond.
You wanted that, absolutely. But you're good. See, I didn't want to challenge myself. I wanted to see if I could get through what I could get through. I don't know. When the basketball did the state playoffs back in the day, Tony, and I think you might have actually been playing when things were starting to turn a little bit. But before you started to play at Poway and other places, the teams that would win CIF championships here would go into the state playoffs and honestly routinely get creamed by whoever the LA representatives were.
Yeah.
So it was almost embarrassing, like our team would be 32-0 and go play a fifth place team from, LA City schools, and it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, no.
But now San Diego,
that time, but
right. So San Diego's turned the tide there and started to win some of those. So it's a little more fair. All right. So good luck to Cathedral. You're right. The kids at Cathedral, I'm sure not one of them would say, I wish we weren't playing this game.
Right. 100%.
I'm sure they're excited.
Playing, for sure.
So good luck to them. And, I'll say it ahead of time. If they get beat by Folsom, there is nothing that can diminish the season they've had. So let's try to keep that in perspective. Good luck to everybody out there. I made a realization today that I want to share with everybody.
Is this finally the thing that you came in saying the swear word about?
I swore because I saw you.
No, he comes
It had
running
nothing to
in.
do with the rest of this.
He comes running in and he's like, I got the bleeping bet. I'm like, dude, what's up?
It's pretty simple, really.
Baby was very mom-like.
Well,
Yeah,
we have
he
St.
was
like,
Jude.
Watch your mouth.
We have the St. Jude volunteers literally like 10 feet away.
Yeah,
and
but
Chris is yelling the
I
F
don't know
word.
that he said it loud enough for them to be able to in a studio.
I wasn't on the air with it. First of all, thanks for revealing the behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, we're going to have I saw it on the Big Five later. We have a thing about a reporter who was on a private jet.
We sure do.
Telling stories out of school about the Tennessee Titans. And now here you are sharing off the microphone, you know, stories with people that are actually painting me in a very bad and unrespectful light.
Well, stop trying to control the story and just be a nicer person.
He also is the main culprit when I come back from road trips, trying to get me to tell.
Yeah, what did Manny really say about that?
But I'm not going to go repeat it on the air. And by the way,
well, you don't have to repeat it on the air because Tony's not going to tell you in the first place.
But by the way, like
vault,
vault,
it's in the vault.
By the way, this. Never mind. No, I
mean,
don't want to go down that road.
Look,
I don't.
Okay, look, for those who are unfamiliar where we're at, the saying "what's happens in Vegas stays in Vegas" was basically invented.
Okay, fine, I'll say it.
For people to not share things that aren't supposed to be shared on the air, and you do it constantly.
We've been working to. This guy forgets a lot of what he does on the air too. I don't know why
I'm just gonna sit back.
I don't understand why he's blaming me for.
Who is this guy?
You. He said the other day, or remember, Tony, he said the other day, I have never compared you to my wife. And he literally compared me to his wife before the show today. And by the way, we've never had an off-air rule. We just kind of understand if we don't want something said, we say, this is off the air conversation.
All right, when I came into the room today, I said, I'm upset, and don't share that with everybody.
You did not say that.
Well, here's why I was upset.
I guess we got our opening.
Here's why I was upset. I was honestly upset at myself. And I have now, for some reason, the light went on today because I've been experiencing this throughout my life. And I bet you many of you have experienced the same thing and you're not 100% sure why. But I've discovered the answer for you. Here's what we're talking about. When you're out there and you're driving and you're running some errands, you got to go, drop something off, pick up something at the market, go to the bank. You got a few things to do. When you're out there and you're driving around and you're trying to beat the hustle bustle of everyday traffic and that, if you have nowhere else to be, right? You have plenty of time. You don't care as much when the Yahoo cuts you off. You don't care as much when you miss the red light. You don't care that much when the light doesn't turn green when it's supposed to.
Right, it skips you.
You don't, you go, and then you're okay.
Yeah.
However, when you are late or you have somewhere you've got to be at a certain time, that is when you lose it out there. So I was supposed to leave the house at 12:30 today because we are supposed to be here at 1, but I had about 20 minutes worth of things to do. Wanted to leave 10 extra minutes for that. Well, I blew it. I used up the 10 minutes at the house before I left. So now I needed everything to go perfect so that I could get here on time to meet with you guys. Well, things didn't go perfect, right? This guy cut me off. I missed that light. That light was way too long. There was more traffic here. The guy in line in front of me was trying to get lottery tickets, and that took 45 minutes. Okay, and I was losing it, and the steam's coming out. So I finally realized, note to myself, note to all of you, leave yourself extra time to get places and don't be running late. Your life will be so much more relaxed. Sounds simple, but not many of us put that into practice. And don't say, it took you this to figure it out.
It took you 83 years to figure this out?
Most of us don't.
But most of us haven't thought of it in those terms. We get frustrated. We get upset. We yell at somebody out there, but it's because we ourselves are running behind. So just
except for Scravy, who just gets like
he just
that
does it anyway.
regardless.
So maybe there's no help for him.
When I went through my process of rehab and recovery and AA and all that stuff, I fully take responsibility for things that happen to me because it's most likely my fault.
Okay, so when you're running late though,
Doesn't mean I wanna yell.
right, and I cut you off in traffic, you don't scream because you immediately go, "Well, it's my fault. I'm running late." No, you don't do that.
That doesn't.
You scream anyway.
But someone cutting me off in traffic has nothing to do with me running late.
It can.
But it should, because what I'm saying is if you have plenty of time to be
right.
there, it doesn't bother you as much.
But that guy could still cut you off in traffic. Someone else probably will cut you off in traffic, like at some point. So even if you left 5 minutes earlier, what's to say someone else
the
wouldn't have
point
done
is that you probably aren't going to react to
your
it
reaction's
the same
going to be different
because
to it.
you're not running late.
You guys know me. I am a situation-oriented person.
I said you specifically.
I need situations because
Okay,
if
what
someone
I'm
cuts
saying-
me off, I'm not gonna. I'm going to be angry regardless.
What I'm saying here is for every other person out there listening except you. You have your own way of having to do things. For the rest of us, do yourself a favor, leave early, try not to be running late. You'll never believe how much more relaxed and happy your life is. There, I said it. We're going to move on.
Kurt Kenny has a text, though. Kurt Kenny said,
Well,
thanks.
then let's stop the show.
Well, it's a good one. Thanks, Chris. I learned that tip when I was 12.
Why don't you take us a break before I come over there and
strangle me?
Can we take a break?
Oh, yeah, we'll take a break. We'll be
sure?
back. Yes, we're going to take a break.
All right.
Never have
exit out.
We toyed with locking you out of the room, but we needed to get the music shut down. So
not only that, there's no lock on the door either. It would have been funny to watch you in the glass have to stay outside if we locked the door.
Before I got up, I checked. Did I really just take 1:15 waiting for this printer?
I don't think apparently you took 1:15.
Whatever you
I think
took.
you might have calculated wrong. You've done that before.
After I just did a segment saying I take responsibility, and I'm about to not take responsibility, but I will take responsibility.
Just to clarify, the NBA Cup is tomorrow.
Yes.
1 and 3 seeds in both East and West semifinal. But there is 7 games in the NBA tonight, just regular standard NBA games.
NBA regular fare.
Right.
I believe the games that are being played tonight, and this I know way too much about the NBA because I even know this much. These are all matchups that were created as a result of the NBA Cup results. They're teams that are playing tonight are playing each other because they're not alive in the NBA Cup, but they need to play games to keep up with those other teams on the schedule.
This is like consolation matchups, but not
type
connected
stuff.
to it. You know,
but when you at the beginning of the season, like whoever the Lakers might be playing tonight, wasn't even on the schedule.
No, they're playing Phoenix. They both lost in the last
round.
So
that's why they're So they're matched up. Anyway, that's way too much information.
I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but the name Logan White probably is familiar to a lot of you Padre fans.
I saw this,
main scout.
but I didn't.
He's been behind a lot of the talent the Padres have been able to acquire. I mean, he helped before getting here. He helped bring the likes of Clayton Kershaw and Cody Bellinger and a lot of those players that came through the Dodgers before A.J. Preller plucked him out of there and brought him here to San Diego to help kind of spearhead the talent we've seen here. He's retiring. He is, stepping away from a game that he has been involved in it almost his entire life. And so I wanted to shout out Logan. He's really one of the best scouts I've ever been around, talent evaluators I've ever been around, and one of the nicest dudes. So Logan,
what did Logan White think of the analytics? Did anybody ever, you know what I mean? Somebody like that be interesting to talk to about.
I think
because he probably did a lot of his career without that stuff.
He did, and I think what made him so good is that when the analytics came around, he was able to kind of analyze it in a way that a lot of other people couldn't, because he had seen so much with his eyes. When he was able to acquire the knowledge of the analytics side, he was able to separate himself. But nonetheless, certainly one of the better talent evaluators is done in the game of baseball for now, at least. What else? Where else can we go? A couple of the kind of league news going on. NWSL. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of the kind of star players in recent months have headed to Europe. Naomi Girma, who was here in San Diego with the San Diego Wave, took off to Chelsea, and she was followed by one of the Thompson sisters up in L.A. The younger young lady went to Chelsea as well. And so right now, Trinity Rodman, who is probably the face of women's soccer right now in terms of the NWSL, his contract is up. And sound like she was getting a lot of love coming from Europe. This was basically putting the NWSL in jeopardy of losing another marquee player. And so they have rules that prevent the teams from being able to sign beyond the salary cap. I think it was $1.1 million this year. They've already addressed that by changing the rule to allow teams to pay more, kind of in the same vein that the MLS does for some of the guys who come over from Europe. So it's a big step for the NWSL being able to try to keep these players here that are homegrown and are really I think the key asset in allowing the game to continue to grow here.
It seems like you've got to have name players
for sure,
right? You just do. There's certain player, and it was interesting because the commissioner turned down her salary, deal, right? Yeah. And we talked about it on a Big Five, and we said, well, probably doing it for the good of the league. The more I think about it, might not be for the good of the league, because although I think it would be difficult for other star players to accept less salary than Trinity Rodman. It's kind of like the Tiger Woods golf thing, isn't it?
Right.
People came to golf because of Tiger Woods. Some of the golfers were jealous. The smart golfers realized how lucky they were that he existed because they ended up making more money. Trinity Rodman is the one name that might
ride that wave.
Trinity Rodman might be the one name that can carry the NWSL into a place where the others would make more money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It
sounded like possibly they was turned down because they knew they had to kind of come up with a league-wide rule,
right?
As opposed to just making this one exemption for Trinity.
Yeah,
but it sounds like at least they've opened the door now for that to happen. Now, I think there's some other things that need to happen between the U.S. national team as well as the NWSL, as well as the team. But it certainly seems like at least now the avenue is open to be able to keep her and any other players who are of that ilk moving forward, which is, I think, something that the league had been already discussing before this came up, just wasn't as serious until after, Trinity Rodman became available and kind of sped things up a little bit.
All of these other leagues out there, away from, quote, the major four, right? They're all trying to find their niche. They're all trying to find the best way to make money. The WNBA is among these leagues.
Yes, it is.
I want them to be number one, and they're better than they've ever been. And I've said it 100 times. But now they're coming up on the push versus the shove.
First
right?
real negotiation here.
Are the players, should they get more money because of who they are? And we know a lot of these players now. They are star players. They are names that we know. But is the league truly making money, or the teams just have the money because they're all owned by NBA people? So it depends on who you ask. The players feel like there's more money to be had out there. The league says, yes, but our league itself is not making money. So they're in a tough spot. Caitlin Clark came out, and she is, of course,
the marquee
of the marquees.
Right.
And she said, hey, I don't care what we do. We better figure something out because we need to play. And whereas I don't disagree with Caitlin Clark, I don't think it'd be great for the WNBA to take a half a year off. It's easy for Caitlin Clark to say that we can accept any salary because she already makes $80 million on the side.
Right. She's probably the highest.
Right.
I have to assume the highest paid player.
She's not the best representation to say this.
Right.
The league is trying to stick up for the rank and file and the rest of the players in the WNBA who need that salary to survive. Caitlin Clark doesn't need that salary to survive.
Says among the players' priorities are transforming the league's salary structure and revenue sharing system.
Yeah.
They want something, it sounds like similar to what the NBA has, introducing standards for team facilities and staffing and garnering more robust benefits. That's health, that's accommodations in terms of where you're staying. I think right now they house rookies. I know in the last proposal, although salaries went up a lot, they were no longer going to house the rookies. That has been a little bit of a sticking point. Listen, in reality, this is all part of how these negotiations go. Yeah. And I think each side, from the player standpoint, they want to advance the ball as far as they can so that when they have this next one, they're starting from that point versus a little bit further back. And the owners on their side are trying to prevent them from because they know these things will come up. And if business goes well, how much further can
it seems like the WNBA should have some money. All of these games are on ESPN. There has to be some fee being paid there. I always worry about something I witnessed in an old soccer league. Before the NWSL, Tony, there was the WUSA. This started 20-something years ago. San Diego had a team. I was the broadcaster for the team. The team lasted only 2 or 3 seasons. Why? The players in the league were all the players that you knew from the famous Rose Bowl win.
99ers,
Brandy Chastain and Julie Foudy and Mia Hamm. But we still know these names. They all wanted to be treated in their league like they had been treated when they were on the women's national team. So they booked the nicest hotels. They booked nice travel. They ran out of money.
They weren't
ready to sustain that kind of thing. So It's all
and
a
that's
balancing
kind of
act.
Right. That's kind of the push and pull that you're talking about.
Right.
All right, let's get to break. On the other side, Scrape.
We have
Bailey Barnhart.
Yes, we
Bailey
got Bailey
Barnhart, that's
coming
right.
on. Yeah, Last Tech basketball with a big win this week.
Coming off the Kansas State beat down. We'll get to chop it up with the Lady Aztec on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
The big.
Gwynn and Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Scraby, together. Odyssey Palace Studios, San Diego, California, heading into the weekend here. Finally a Friday. Nothing really major to discuss.
Or not major.
What?
I said, or there's nothing major or like.
Oh, right. There's nothing
minor.
There's not even any yachting stories out there today.
I have a story we could talk about later.
Okay.
Do you know who Steve Phillips is?
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to be of ESPN.
We talked about this briefly yesterday. You guys called me crazy, but he's saying that he believes Francisco Lindor is going to be a Padre this coming season.
There we go.
And I have the audio.
He didn't just say that. He also said that there's been offers already made.
Is that yes?
So, I mean,
we'll have to play that soon.
Lindor will not be here. Tatis will. End of stories.
It's not stopping anyone from asking.
Yeah, you can throw out there everything you want to. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get how these people keep jobs by making outlandish claims, out of every 50 that come true. That doesn't seem to be isn't even bad journalism.
Oh, we get into it later.
Did you watch Tony's video that he sent us from Pablo Torre and Dan Lebitard talking about how journalism is dead?
Hey, I don't know if you saw that, Chris, but first of all, we've been on Pablo's head pretty strong.
Yes.
But
Pablo's sticking up for that great bastion of journalism.
Yes, he is.
Then maybe he ought to get a story right himself time to time. He does once in a while. He's missed on a bunch too, though. How do we know what to believe and what not to believe?
I will say he's hit way more often than he's not
I don't
hit.
know. Okay.
And
I'm glad you think so.
I'm
not knocking
Chris
you.
Can't name 2 or 3 stories that he is wrong about.
Move on, Tony. Honestly.
No, but what Pablo Torre was saying is that it's easier to be the troll than it is to be the journalist.
We should play it later so Chris can hear it because I think it's actually
we'll have a nice discussion about it. We'll have a nice discussion about that later. In the meantime, when it comes to excellent coaching, I think all of us believe that losing a heartbreaking game and immediately blaming your players with a foul-mouthed rant might not be the best way to get them to respond afterwards, but that's what Todd Bowles went with last night after the Bucks blew that game to the Falcons.
Excusable. You don't make excuses. You gotta care enough where the hurts. You gotta care enough where it hurts. It gotta mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was in the excusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the mirror.
He actually said after, he's like, I don't normally swear that much, but
he couldn't stop swearing.
He was.
The one part you didn't hear there is that he went on to say, or at least what I read him saying, was that, the coaches have done everything they can do. I mean, he said that flat out. We've done everything. The players, it's up to them. They blew the game. Okay, where that may be 100% correct, is it the best thing to do? Tony, what do you think? I mean, we'll see how the Bucks respond, I guess.
I think when you have a leader like Baker Mayfield, I think this kind of talk works.
Okay.
I think, and as we've listened to Bowles speak after pretty much every week, never heard him in this type of energy.
Right. So this would lose its appeal if you did it all the time.
1,000. You couldn't do this all the time.
So you think he's tried to do something behind closed doors.
It just seemed, I think to me, what I thought of as he was saying this was the fact that it was the Falcons who haven't been playing good football at all. This is, and on top of that, this is like the 3rd straight loss, it feels like, for Tampa, where although the other teams they played were tough, this was one they needed to have.
Well, they lost to the Saints the week before.
They needed. So I think this was a buildup of all of that.
Yeah.
And as he said, it's not something he'll do again, but maybe that's what they needed to hear in this particular. It's not often that we hear coaches say, anything other than, hey, we all have to do a better job.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in our minds, we're thinking, nah, it ain't y'all that need to do a better job. It's the dudes on the field that need to do a better job. And maybe actually this was a coach that said what it was for once.
Maybe the coach should have said what he said, but added, it wouldn't have hurt if one of our defensive coordinators would have figured out to cover Kyle Pitts, who's never been that open in his entire career.
He had a hell of a game.
Yes, he did.
Didn't he?
All right. We'll get back into the NFL. But right now, a big week for the Aztecs. Basketball conference play is starting next week, but the women Aztecs ended up non-conference play on a big high note the other day, guys. Beat Kansas State on the road, 64-53. A Kansas State team, by the way, that was in the Sweet 16 last year. So nice win. And joining us from the Aztec women's team is Bailey Barnhart, the sophomore forward from San Diego and starring now at her hometown school at San Diego State. Bailey, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Chris?
Well, I'm good. Tony's here as well. We appreciate you taking a break. I know Friday afternoon's a big beach day for you. So I hate to cut into that, but let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about the team and what this meant to win that game, on Wednesday at K-State. It's all a process. You guys won the championship in the conference last year. So I know that's the ultimate goal, but this win, I would imagine, is going to give you guys a lot of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, 100%. To go to K-State and play in that arena filled with 5,000, 6,000 little kids screaming at the top of their lungs was definitely the highlight after a couple bumpy roads to start this season. But ultimately, being able to beat them after they just came off of a big-time win against number 13 Ole Miss was definitely the highlight of the season so far for at least myself and a couple other girls. So.
Bailey, you started every game this season so far after your freshman season, in which you played a little bit, but not as much as I'm sure you would like. What were you able to kind of take from your experience last year as you went into the spring and as you moved through the summer to kind of establish yourself as a starting big?
Yeah. I feel like the biggest motivator, at least for me, was my butt on the bench.
I've heard that before.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's, it's very true. Obviously, I wish there were some more opportunities last year, but taking those experiences that I had last year and working so that same kind of year wouldn't repeat itself this year was my biggest motivator. I did not want to sit on the bench anymore. But I will say that year really helped me get that motivation, one, and two, learn a lot from just watching a different perspective than I was normally used to. But yeah, I took a lot from last year, and it helped me, really get a lot of work in with the help of the coaching staff, James especially. So yeah, it really helped a lot in ways I didn't really realize then.
Bailey Barnhart is with us from the San Diego State women's basketball team, a star here in San Diego at Del Norte High School, all CIF, yes, and moving on to the Aztecs. And really, Bailey talked about she didn't get the chance to play as much. I don't think it was because of her. It was because of three players that were ahead of her.
Right.
They were all really good players, and they all had, really great years, so it was just hard. But the big breakthrough, I thought, for Bailey came in the game that we went down to LSU, and the tournament game. Obviously, it was a one-sided game, but in the second half, Bailey came in there and held her own. In fact, outplayed a lot of those LSU kids. I thought that was a stepping stone right there, Bailey.
Yeah, that was a fun game, fun environment, and in a situation where you really have nothing to lose, it was easy to kind of just give it my all in such a big stage. So that was fun. Yeah.
Bailey, what has it been like for you being a homegrown kid here? We just talked about played at Del Norte. What is it like to be able to play at home in front of friends and family as often as you get to?
Well, obviously there comes the perk of the weather that I love, and but ultimately my community is my everything. My family came to a lot of my high school games at Del Norte, and they've continued to come at San Diego State. My grandpa has 4 front row seats in the nice padded area. So just having them in my corner is really my everything. A lot of my neighbors, my friends, and they all come. And it really is the kind of support that really pushes me to try and get better and be better, especially with all the help that they've provided me with.
Now, you said your grandparents have 4 front row tickets. I see your dad at the games. He's about 3-4 rows back. So evidently he gets shuffled to the back, but I'm kidding. We got to talk about your dad because his name, Barnhart, some may remember this. Look, if you were a USD basketball fan at all, you remember Brooks Barnhart, who was a all-conference forward for USD. And that is Bailey's dad. And he is such a good guy, Tony. The support that he gives Bailey, and you've talked about this to me before, as a parent who's an athlete, letting the coaches do their thing, not involving. Her dad, to me, is that kind of guy and gives you the right support, Bailey. I think it means a lot to you, and it's given you a good, background to go about your career. Yeah, 100%. My dad introduced me to the game, but as far as my college career, he's been just supportive. He knows that there's so much that is unseen in practices that the fans don't get to see. So he doesn't really have much input, lets the coaches do their thing. And I like it that way. He's just somebody I could vent to. And he doesn't really add much input back, but he really is supporting me through everything.
Now, I imagine that changed a little bit once you got to college. When you were in high school, I mean, how tough was Pops on you in terms of the way you went about your business on the court?
You do have pretty good footwork. You must have got that somewhere.
Honestly, a lot of people are surprised when I say this. He would let me initiate everything. All the extra hours I put in the gym, it was all initiated by myself. He was never the type to push a lot, but when I would ask, he would he would help me a lot. And whether that's rebounding, defense, I told Chris this a bunch. We one-on-one a lot before he got too old. Before I started beating him. But yeah, he's just a fun guy.
He really is a good guy. Bailey Barnhart is our guest from the Aztec women's basketball team. You came in last year with Naomi Panganiban from La Jolla Country Day, and then 2 other freshmen, Nat Martinez and Kaylin Hamilton. The 4 of you have formed a bond that, I saw last year. It has really carried over into this year. You guys all room together and come to the games together and support each other. And it's fun the other day at K-State. I don't know if you saw, but all 4 of you are on the court. It's not the first time, but what a great connection you all seem to have made.
Yeah, 100%. Those are my girls. I think through life, we spent so much time together on the court and now off the court living together. And I say this all the time, a lot of chemistry that's made off the court translates to on the court. And so just being able to share that time with them on the court is everything to me, especially.
Now, is your dad having a hard time showing up wearing Aztec black?
That's right, as a USD guy.
I mean, this has got to be a little bit of conflict of interest.
Yeah, it was a pretty big debate right before I came to school, but he's just decked out in all the gear now.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, but it took a little bit to get there.
You might be able to tell Bailey's got a great sense of humor and a great way about her, but I'm going to give you just a little peek into how devious this young lady is, Tony.
Uh-oh.
You like these stories anyway. We're on the plane the other night coming back from K-State, and we had to sit on the runway when we landed for, tarmac. I don't know, tarmac. Thank you, Scraby. Probably for 45 minutes while the plane ahead of us deplaned or whatever. So anyway, everybody's nerves are getting a little touchy.
45 minutes is a long time on the tarmac.
All right. So about 5 rows ahead of us as everybody's deplaning, we're in row 30 something. A lady got upset at a guy who kind of tried to move and push his way past her, and she goes, he's pushing me and the stewardess stepped in. It didn't really develop, but it got everybody's attention. We're sitting 5 rows behind. Bailey turns to me and says, when we get off, I'm going to tell the stewardess you've been pushing me. That is the devious Bailey Barnhart right there. So anyway, hey, Bailey, best of luck. Obviously, I'll be there. Tony will be down at games, and we wish you the best. It's going to be another great season, I'm sure. Kicks off with conference play next Wednesday, at Fresno. And then the first conference home game is a week from Saturday. So we'll be catching up with you throughout the season. Say hi to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you for your time.
Good job, Bailey. Thank you, Bailey Barnhart from the Aztec women's basketball team. The interesting thing, we didn't discuss that, Tony, but you can speak to this as a parent and as a fan watching young people play.
Yeah.
Bailey Barnhart is uber talented and uber skilled, and her dad did teach her the right way to play basketball. From my place, watching her, she doesn't believe that as much as I believe that, or as you might believe that. Right. And so when she's out on the court, you see her being a little hesitating sometimes. There was a moment in the game the other day where their lead had been cut to 8 or 9 points late in the game, and she got the ball on the wing in kind of an isolation, and Justin Hudson, who's the assistant, we know him, just started yelling, "Bailey, take her. You can take her." She hesitated for a second, and then, okay, and she took her and got the hoop.
Take her.
And she got the hoop. And that's the kind of thing I'm sure you probably see with your own daughters and many parents out there, trying to make sure they believe the ability that they really do have. And it's interesting to see it develop as you go along and watch them.
It really is. I mean, it sounds cliche, but not allowing kids to say I can't or I won't. All of that is a mental exercise for them. And so I'm a big believer in letting your kids kind of go out. And as much as I want, and listen, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I do yell things, and I know I should, but they need to be out there experiencing that and learning on their own. And sometimes, especially from a coach, they hear, "Take her.
Go get her."
And it's just a reminder that, I can do this.
You're good enough.
And that one thing leads to more confidence, and all of a sudden they're doing a little bit more. They're willing to expand their boundaries a little more than they thought could. And it's a fun thing to watch when the light kind of goes on. Got your head on top of your head?
I got my hand up because Gator Padre alerted me to something I didn't put together. Remember when Chris said that I talk about stuff that's not supposed to happen? You're not supposed to talk about off the record stuff. Chris just brought a story from the plane about something that happened off the air and off the record.
Now, to be fair, charter plane, this is like a regular plane. Like everybody is
but how can he get mad at someone for revealing something when he just revealed something that she may have not wanted to reveal?
That didn't put Bailey in a bad light. It made her look like she had fun.
It made me look like I was in a bad light.
I get it, but
I think it's a bit of a reach.
No, it's not a reach.
I think it's a reach.
I mean,
little reach.
Well, he's just taking whatever support he can get. That's all.
Yes, he is.
Bailey is about a 7 and 6 right now, points to rebounds. She's leading the team in rebounds, but she's going to be a double-double before too long. Once she gets the belief that she can go out there in 40 minutes and
Bailey
do that.
Putting the Del Norte Nighthawks on the board.
She's a double-double player, and she's getting better all the time, and so is the team. All right. We have Aztec men's basketball also. Are they still off? When is that Arizona game?
They play Air Force first, and then they play Arizona.
So they got a conference game.
Yeah.
And then Arizona.
Yeah.
So their next game is a conference game.
Yep.
On Wednesday. All right.
Can you talk to your friend, Mr. Shapiro?
David P. Shapiro?
Yes, that's
what you're talking about.
Love that guy.
Bailey Barnhart joined us. I do too. Bailey joined us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Thank you, Scraby. You can chastise me off the air, and I won't tell everybody when we come back that you did that.
I don't actually believe that, but I will not chastise you.
We'll see. Hour down, 3 to go. At this pace,
You put it like that.
I know. Look out.
Trouble.
Stick around. We'll see where this thing takes us. Countdown is coming up, and a daily gambit. So hang in there, folks.
And I promise you the background music won't stay up as long as it did the last time I let off. Welcome in, 3 o'clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Sello.
I got everybody stacked against me all of a sudden. Let me get my camera turned around.
What you got? Who's stacked against you now?
Yeah, my guy Ben Pearson from the Aztec Media Relations.
Oh, he's on your head?
Yeah, Ben's my all-time guy, and he always supports me, except this time. He said, first of all, he listened to the interview with Bailey, and he said he loved it, etc. Fun stuff. He then sent a text that said, I agree with Scraby.
Yeah!
Give it up. He said you were a ratatouille, basically.
I was out of pocket. He said it was a funny story, but he thinks I might have been out of pocket telling it.
Oh, Scraby gets one up on you there, buddy.
Hold on. Let me just...
What was that right there? You shaking your hair?
Shaking my hair up a little bit because I felt good.
I think you're giving Ben Pearson too much power right now.
I will always take any help I can get.
Yeah, it's true.
He has never backed down from
He doesn't
that
get much help.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Look at Sharon Moore right now
I
on the
don't wanna look at
TV.
him right now.
He is sitting in a small room in a white
jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
Yes, there you go, dog. It's just not the orange.
He doesn't look like he just was coaching Michigan 3 days ago.
According to TMZ, he's been on self-harm watch as well, along with everything else. So
all of that situation is really sad.
It's really been an ugly situation.
I hadn't seen that yet. That shocked me.
You hadn't seen that?
I hadn't seen that footage.
Yeah. It's you can't really be mad at anybody but yourself, dog.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just a shocking thing to see.
Man, life, as he knows
you
it,
have to use your brain. It's just
over.
You do have to use your brain. I see what
you know what I'm saying? Just your brain.
Yeah.
That's it. We got a daily gambit to get to. Well, the brain, as I said.
Oh, oh my goodness.
As I said. We got some daily gambit to get into. So let's do that.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We're going to start with some of the bets we made yesterday. And we started with the Thursday night football game. Now, I didn't get to watch any of this last night. I was taking a cooking class. And so...
Wait.
I think we need
Excuse me?
I think
You waited till an hour into the show to tell us
Tony just fell on the floor.
No. You took a cooking class last night?
We're gonna have to. There's no daily gambit today.
Wait, yes.
Yeah, that's it.
By the way,
the gambit's done.
I know how to cook.
I'm not saying you don't, but
we're pretty shocked to hear this.
This is news to us. You should have led with this.
No. It was
especially considering we had nothing to talk about the very first segment.
It actually just came to me because I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I didn't even watch the game last night. Oh yeah, I was at a cooking class.
So what kind of cooking classes you take?
Well, it's my other job, Voice of San Diego. It was their kind of holiday thing. They wanted to, because this place, the Kitchens for Good, they help train people who are trying to get out of being homeless, giving second chances to people who get out of incarceration.
Right.
And so they train them to be chefs. And so to help pay for that program, they have a cooking class. And so we made pad thai last night.
I gotta say, dude,
what is it called?
Pad thai.
Pad thai. That might be the American pronunciation. I've never heard pad thai before.
Jocelyn maybe can help because she's the one who always has these words.
It's not pad thai.
What is it?
I don't know.
Pad thai?
Pa? Yeah, it's not pad.
Oh, you're
might be
so
spelled
worldly.
PAD, but it's not pad.
You're so worldly. You've never even been to Thailand.
Well, maybe Ben Pearson will agree with you that it's pad thai, but I don't think so.
Now Chris is up in his feelings. I think
you made pot thai or pad thai last night. I'm impressed.
Yes. And McKee says, "Elo flexing on pronunciation is wild." Jocelyn.
Well, who should be the pronunciation expert on this show?
Not any of the three of us.
It damn sure shouldn't be me. I know that for a fact.
But I really enjoyed making it.
Did you taste your own work?
Yeah. You
Was it
ate
good?
your own dinner. It was good. The only thing I did not like is I'm not a big fan of like lemongrass soup, and we made a lemongrass soup, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Are you gonna add pad thai or pad thai to your like repertoire of your dishes?
Sure. Yeah. I have the recipe.
Will you remember it?
Yeah. Well, I have the recipe. They gave me the recipe, and so I have it on a piece of paper. I could redo it.
You have an interesting life, man. You just randomly pop into a cooking class.
I would have never done it if they didn't set
people.
it up. I would have never done it if they didn't set
Tonight
it up.
he's going to practice playing the flute.
What am I, at band camp?
No, you're a worldly guy all of a sudden.
So are you, Mr. Patai?
Cooking
All right.
class?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. We digress.
Since when did you miss a football game for anything, by the way?
I've never heard
That's
of that.
kind of stunning.
It is kind of
You
stunning.
won't even tape a game. You have to watch them all live.
No, I was thinking, we're here. I don't know if I'm going to have time, so I'm just going to say I can't go. But then I thought, you are always the guy who says, I'm not going. And
Good
so I
for
thought,
you,
I'm going to
Scrape.
go. I'm going to go. So there
Just
you go.
get you an experience.
Yeah, I will cook you guys some pad thai one day.
Does it have any spice?
We didn't put enough spice in it. I needed
You
to put more.
purposely-
I
you
know I needed
purposely
to
left
put
the
more.
spice out.
They kept warning us about how spicy it would be, and it wasn't spicy at all.
You got a little gun shy.
Yeah.
I bet.
All right. Anyway,
Interesting to be gun shy from a guy who can eat a 10 in Thai food.
Well, I wasn't
Eat.
gun shy. I just
Sounds
didn't
like you
know how
were.
hot the pepper was. They said it was like gonna melt my face off, and it didn't even register. Tampa Bay -5.5 at Atlanta last night. All three of us said Tampa Bay. All three of us were wrong. Atlanta won 29-28.
See, this is why Coach
Players' fault.
Bowles was pissed off. He knew they should have won.
They definitely
Just as
should've
we
won.
should have.
They definitely, and I don't even still know if that Kyle Pitts catch that I just saw as a highlight is actually a touchdown.
They looked at it for a while.
All right. Do you guys agree with the call?
I didn't see
Looked
it.
like his butt landed just inside the line.
All right.
So I give it to
Fair
him.
enough. Next one was who had more passing yards, Baker Mayfield or Kirk Cousins. Baker Mayfield was a -15 on the spread. We all went Baker. We were all wrong once again. Baker at 277 minus that 15 is 262. Kirk Cousins had 373 yards passing last
Didn't
night.
need to help.
No.
Baker Mayfield gets almost every pass batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he
now.
does.
It's unbelievable.
He's gonna have.
He's
seems
got to
like
go to
he's-
the Drew Brees
Yes.
throw.
He seems like
Yeah.
he has been stubborn about
Mhm.
arm angles,
Yeah.
and maybe that's because he's not comfortable with it. But he's gonna have to do something because
Yeah.
he gets his ball batted down
Way too much.
a lot.
Yeah.
All right, next one. I think this was a rushing plus receiving total for Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Over under 116.5. We all went over. We're all correct. He had 93 rushing yards, 82 receiving yards, 175 total yards. Houston, we're going to the NBA now. Houston -9 on the spread over the Clippers. I don't know who you guys said. I forgot. But I said the Clippers, and I was wrong I was right because Houston won 115-113. I don't remember what you guys said.
I probably would not have picked the Clippers.
I did, but it neither here nor there.
Okay, so Tony got it wrong because
Yeah.
he picked Houston. Avalanche -1.5 on the puck line against the Panthers last night. Chris went Panthers. Tony and I went Avs. The Avs took care of business 6-2.
Ooh, the defending champs are hurting.
And Chris, who had more threes, Pritchard or Derek
Pritchard
White?
3, White 2.
All right,
So we
so
lost.
we all lost.
We all took Derek White.
I haven't won a bet yet. I don't think.
I think you got one. Let me see. You had the over on Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
All right, let's see how we do today. Navy 6.5 over Army tomorrow. Frank is at the game. Our guy Frank.
What do you think Frank's doing by himself in Baltimore?
What most people would do by themselves in any city, probably relaxing, scrolling Instagram, and having some food.
He can
Yeah.
get fresh.
I've been to Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Why don't you start this one, Scraby? You're a good
Oh.
Army Navy guy.
I've never missed a game.
Never heard the game called the Navy Army game, by the way, in all my time.
That's true. I've
It's
never
always
heard
the
it
Army
either.
Navy.
Somebody
game.
would be pissed off about that. I can just feel it.
I know, but it's just never called that. It's always Army Navy.
Yes, you're right. Navy's a 6.5-point favorite.
Correct. Who do you like?
I think Navy was really good this year.
They had a
so
better year than Army
I'm
did.
gonna go Navy.
Navy. I think you always take the points in this game.
So you're going to go Army?
I'll go Army. Tony?
Navy.
Navy. Washington -10, Boise State. It's the beginning of bowl season tomorrow, the LA Bowl.
Last time I heard.
I imagine you could go to the game. It's at SoFi probably. I'm going to take Washington because I have to root against Boise. Tony?
Me too.
All right. It's great. Going potato heads.
Sorry, I was reading a text.
Washington -10, Boise State.
Boise.
Yeah, I'll go with Boise.
Boise State, he says. Basketball tonight. Dan Hurley, 13.5, UConn over Texas. Texas is off to a bit of a slower start. Dan Hurley is a freak. If you happen to watch this game tonight, just watch him on the sidelines for a couple of minutes. It'll wear you out watching him coach.
Oh, I've watched it.
It's crazy.
He is a very skinny man. It's because he burns a lot of calories. Dan Hurley.
Oh, my God.
Tony, who you want? You want Hurley or are you going taking the
Shaka?
points with Texas? Yeah, Shaka. I don't happen to
What's the points?
13.5. I could look at
yeah,
the
give me
standing.
Shaka. Give me Shaka.
Gonna give Shaka a shot.
Give Shaka a shot.
Shaka is in the SEC. I want to see what their record is. That's a pretty big spread for Texas. Horns are 7-3. Nothing wrong with that. Scraby, who you like? UConn -13.5 over the Horns.
I'm going to go Texas.
Yeah. I don't like Dan Hurley. I'll take him tonight, though. Bulls 2.5 at the Hornets. Oh, for the glory days when the Bulls were 5-0. They're now 9-14.
It's going the other way.
Slightly. They've lost 7 in a row as they head into Charlotte tonight. Scraby. Bulls -2.5. But they, as I said, they're quite struggling here.
I will go with the Hornets then.
I'm just going to have to hope that the Bulls can stop this streak. I'll take them. Tony?
Yeah, I'm going Bulls.
Bulls. Tomorrow night in the Cup, Thunder 8.5 over the Spurs. Seems like the easiest bet of the year. Oklahoma City always wins by more than 8. I'll take them. Tony? Yeah. Wemby might come back.
I heard he was coming back.
He is coming
on
back.
Saturday.
He is coming back.
I'm going to take the Spurs then.
I also will take the Spurs.
Wow. Okay. At your own risk. Cunningham, 26.5 points. That's our guy, Cade Cunningham, for Detroit tonight against Atlanta. This is one of the most underrated superstars in the NBA, I feel. Tony. Cade Cunningham, 26.5.
Take the over.
Over. Scrabe.
I like this guy over.
Over. No way Adam Klug's Hawks are stopping him. Over. All right, fun couple of football ones. We'll save the best for last. We'll start with McCaffrey, 125 rushing receiving against Tennessee.
CMC 125.
Scraby, you're first for CMC 125. Has he ever been under that? Like in the history of football?
Yes, in the history of football, he has.
God.
There could be two things that happen here.
What?
They blow out the team early, the Titans early, and then they don't use him as much, or he runs wild early and they don't use him as much.
Okay.
I'm going to say over just because he has been doing everything.
He's going to be over easily, I think. Tony?
Yeah, he's going to be over.
Puka in the Lion-Rams game. Puka 20 yards over St. Brown. Surprised. I guess St. Brown's not doing as much, but I'll take him.
He's been banged up. Yeah.
I'll take him plus the 20 yards, though. Tony?
Yeah, I'll take him plus the 20.
St. Brown?
St. Brown, Ahmad seems like the type of individual that would see this and it would be motivating.
Oh,
to
yeah.
him.
Yeah, somebody will send it to him. Although Puka gets a lot of targets. Scraby, who do you want?
-20, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. After the whole Puka Nacua locker room incident, I'm kind of out on him.
So you going St. Brown?
No, I'm going to go Puka.
Puka anyway. All right, I saved the best for last. This one could come off the board, but for now it's on the board. Phillip Rivers, over under 150.5 yards. Scraby, you are, let me see, too. Yeah, I think you're first. Scraby,
over under 150.5 yards.
Now,
By
remember,
the way,
he's playing at Seattle, which is a great defense to begin with.
Oh, well.
And he hasn't played in 5 years.
There's a There's a report on the screen saying that the Colts are praising Phillips' readiness, but they won't name him.
Yes,
the starter.
right. They refuse to name him as a starter. That's why I say that if he doesn't play, this would obviously come off the board.
I'm gonna say,
but for now,
I'm gonna continue to live in the dream world that I think is going to happen, and I'm gonna say over
150 yards.
He's like 370 yards passing.
I don't see how. Yeah. I mean, I gotta go under. Seattle's too good.
Yeah,
Tony,
I'm going the same way.
Under.
I want it to be over.
I'd
so
love
bad.
to see him go 300, but man, that would be a hell of an achievement just on its own. All right, we got another minute here before we're allowed to step aside, but that's our picks for the day.
Apparently, the morning show somehow caught wind of your voice going out during the overtime episode yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out
my voice.
Yeah, your voice turned into like
Patrick
Mahomes or something.
I just had something.
When did that happen? I missed it.
I'm gonna have to find it.
It definitely came up because he was making fun of me for it. He
Yeah,
called
I
me
said
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, no, I don't know what happened. Maybe some spit got like lodged in there. I don't know. It definitely changed my voice though.
I'm gonna go try to pull it up for the next segment because I think it's
Well, that's fun.
hilarious.
I can't wait to listen to myself.
myself.
Let's get to break. Oh no, we gotta carry this for one more minute.
If you think it is easy to be on this show, understand that Tony and I have to do this show under the threat of even the smallest error not only being exposed by Scraby, but made into a promo by Scraby for all the world to hear over and over again.
Not just Scraby, apparently the morning show in on this
but when
as well.
Scraby messes up, which is more often than not, gets swept under the proverbial rug.
Mm-hmm.
What are we
Notice
talking
that
about?
you don't poke fun at yourself enough.
We poke fun.
We poke fun at
fun
you, but you
and that's
like
in
in the
retaliation
promos-
for you.
the promos you don't throw yourself under the bus. You throw us under.
Well, when the promos say Gwynn and Chris, and then they're like, "Who's that voice?"
I see. All of a
see what you
sudden,
did there.
all of a sudden, you want nothing to do with the show. I see.
I am just a lowly producer on this program.
Okay, I see how that worked.
All right, let's jump away.
I always have an excuse.
You do.
Yes, you
Let's get to break. When we come back, Jerome Moore. We just talked a little bit
boy.
about him.
Good boy.
We're gonna talk some more about him.
I gotta see because some people are trying to make him a victim. Sharon Moore.
I need to hear this.
Okay.
More Gwynn and Chris on the other side. Here's
From the 855 Get
We were going to
we should do our story.
hammer Sharon more than he's already been.
Completely forgot about it now that I found
Well,
Ben
but I
Woods.
don't know what else we need to really say. I mean, is there anything new today? I mean, he's been honestly charged officially with stalking.
Okay.
And breaking into the home of the young lady that he dated. He's in jail. He's in bad shape. There has been really no defense given for any of his actions.
There is no defense.
Well, you're right, but they'll try to come up with something.
Well, here's where I was going with the victim thing. There's been people that are tweeting, and I'm not even going to say her name because she's not the only one. It was just the first one that I saw. But it says Michigan had been alerted prior to Wednesday that Sharon Moore was dealing with mental health issues, yet Ward Manuel fired him alone with no HR rep and no security present, source told NBC Sports. So that's one angle.
Well, I think that is a part that could be considered.
Yeah, I don't know that is necessarily making excuses for him. I think that's just
saying that
the
they should have
semantics
handled
of how
this
they exactly.
They
how
probably
they
should have been a
handle
little more careful with the actual firing. I think that's fair to say that.
But people are saying that they're saying that if he had someone there, then this never would have happened.
As far as him going after doing
someone
the
else.
crimes that he's now
and they're saying that they failed him,
blamed
so
for.
it's not his fault that he had the reaction he's doing. That's what I'm saying is that there's some people making victimhood.
I see where people are going, but I'm not going to go all the way there. He still created this situation for himself.
He did. And the other thing is, like, there's a weird thought out there that he hired too attractive of a woman to work with him. He needs to hire less attractive women so he's not as tempted. I don't even know how you get there.
I mean, listen, temptation can come in all forms. It doesn't have to be an attractive woman. It doesn't have to be the same circumstances. We see, in particular, dudes fall to this often. It is
I guess no attractive women can work anywhere.
Right.
Then.
That's
the crazy,
absurd,
but that's the narrative that some people are having out there. And
well,
I'm not even going to go into the other crazy narratives.
We are in 2025. There's always going to be a narrative, spun at some point. It never fails, no matter what the situation is. So,
he's not a victim.
He's not.
It all comes back to the fact that Sharon Moore has ruined his own life. And fortunately, at least they caught him before he ruined somebody else's completely, because it could have maybe got way worse.
Yeah.
All right, transition into this.
Go ahead. Man.
All right.
You've been dying to get to
a perfect transition.
Well, I completely forgot about what we were going to talk about because I was looking for this audio, but Ben Woods came across our overtime video, which, by the way, is at Gwynn and Chris SD on YouTube. Mondays and Thursdays, we put out a video that doesn't have anything to do with what we talk about on the air. And yesterday, we did ours on winter meetings are over. How are we feeling with the Padres? And Tony's voice at one point gets super weird in it. And I notice it, but Ben Woods and Paul really went in on it. And here's what happened on the morning show.
My guess is it's about the Padres.
I think they were actually specifically talking about the Dodgers, how they're doing something, comparing or whatever. But
however it goes, they've had a ton of success. I don't think, though, it takes you out of the equation. Excuse me.
What happened, Patrick Mahomes?
I don't know that it takes you out of the equation of having to spend money if you can't do it.
So this is them.
What happened? The hell was that?
Air bubble?
The
longest air bubble of all time?
All right,
one more time. But
they've had a ton of success. I don't think, though, it takes you out of the equation. Excuse me.
It sounds like he left and someone else. It sounds to me, originally, I thought it was like, did they switch his mic to Italian Paul? Because he sounded a little bit like Frank.
Here's the last one.
I don't think, though, it takes you out of the equation. Excuse me.
That's a different person.
It is a different person.
I'm not even hearing it, so I must have cotton in my ears.
How are you not hearing that?
I think two things, because I'm going to stand up for Tony. Number one, I think that they got wind of the fact that we played Ben's walking video. Probably are trying to, shoot back at us.
No,
and two, you better be careful because we all have our voice crack from time to time. That includes those guys.
I don't know what that was.
It takes you out of the equation.
It's not even.
How many times are you going to play it?
I want you to realize that there's something wrong with his voice.
It takes you out of the equation.
Not hearing it.
I cannot believe you can't hear that. It's like a completely different human being. It's like a poltergeist kind of tell me.
Wow.
It takes you out of the equation.
You got to play it just before my voice changes. I don't think, though.
It takes you out of the equation. Excuse me.
That's a different person.
Wow.
I can't get over this.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
It's not that I'm not finding it funny. I'm just not finding it.
I can't believe you can't hear that. Tony and I are like crying right now.
Yes, you are.
What's wrong with her question?
God.
I can't.
Sorry.
I can't. We should go to break.
Yeah, we should.
Well, don't ask me to bail you out.
Takes
at
you
this
out of the
point.
equation. Excuse me.
Let's go to break.
The countdown is next.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
My wife heard it, so
yeah.
And I'm getting texts from people that say, "Chris, you're an idiot," because I heard it. So I don't know
what happened there. That was it was funny to me because
probably says more about my ears than it does about your voice.
Yeah, maybe so. We have a countdown. Jim Carrey at the top of our list, ladies and gentlemen.
Funny guy.
Jim Carrey.
Where has he
came
been
on
though the last 10 years? Did he just
Sonic the
say that was
Hedgehog.
enough? Or?
He's been doing the Sonic movies. Probably not movies that are in your wheelhouse.
He's doing more voice work.
Yes.
No,
yeah, that's right.
Sonic is live action.
He's live action now.
Oh.
He's no longer a cartoon.
I have heard many times that, how do I phrase this? Jim Carrey is a very depressed human individual.
He's an artist.
So what I'm saying is people say he sometimes can be a little hard to be around and he isolates.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely read things of that nature, but Jim Carrey came onto the scene for me.
Living Color?
And then Living Color, when the Super Bowl was really didn't have a halftime.
Thank you, Jim Carrey, for making the NFL have a halftime.
Fire Marshal Bob, one of his best characters, I thought he did on Living Color, one of the funniest ones. But he's gone on to do a ton of great movies. We're going to try to put 5 together, each of us. Before we do that, though, let's check some traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This report is brought to you by Mission Fed. Watch out, somebody broke down northbound on the 15 at Rio Rancho Parkway and it's taking out a lane. A couple of problems on the 5 southbound at Palomar Airport Road. The exit ramp is blocked of the collision. Further south of the 15, another wreck, and northbound there's an accident right at the 94. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Savings shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. Membership and account criteria apply. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
Countdown is here. Top 5 Jim Carrey movies. Some good ones here, for sure. He's done a lot of work. First, at least record of him in a film, 1981. I see Rubber Face. Didn't see it.
Rubber Face?
Yeah. I didn't see it. It was a 55-minute PG.
It's great he saw it. It was a great movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
1981. First one they have on
How
record.
old was he for that one?
He could have been that old, right?
1981. I don't know when he was born or how old he is. But while you guys are looking up his age and all that, this hour is brought to you by Mission Fed. From first accounts to big life moments, Mission Fed can help. Saving shouldn't be stressful. Mission Fed makes it easier with great rates on savings, certificates, and ultra money market accounts. Grow your money the smart way. Check the latest rates and open an account at missionfed.com. He was 19.
Yeah.
Membership and account criteria apply. Also, if you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine, and Coronado or La Jolla for dining or takeout options. Visit spiroscuisine.com. So he was 19 in Rubber Face.
Rubber Face. Yes.
I gotta check out Rubber Face. I gotta see what Rubber Face.
Well, you'll love it. I'm
Probably
sure.
will.
Number 5.
Who's going?
Tony.
Fine. I'll go first. We'll start with Dumb and Dumber. Classic flick. It has been repeated in locker rooms for when it come out 1994 for decades at this point.
Yeah.
The key to Dumb and Dumber was that it wasn't dumb.
It wasn't.
Like you thought, this is going to be so stupid
Right.
that it's not even going to be funny. It wasn't. It was a smart movie. It's just called Dumb and Dumber.
Mockingbird part.
Mock. Yeah.
I think everybody.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
There was a bunch of those. It just had, and it was one of those movies that I felt like, for me at least, I laughed the first time. I laughed harder the second time. And I probably laughed harder the third time because there were different things that you maybe didn't pick up the first couple times that you started to pick up. So yeah, Dumb and Dumber number 5 from me.
Who's next?
I'll go.
We'll go Chris. Yeah, we'll go.
I'm going.
Clockwise.
You're last.
That's fine.
Is your idea. Number 5 was a movie that was way ahead of its time, and it was quite good. The Truman Show. The Truman Show came out in 1998. Do you remember it at all? Do you know what it was about?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, but understand that in 1998 there was no reality television really.
Yeah, that's
that
why
movie
it
was
weird,
about
yeah.
following a guy's every move during his life, and people are like, who would do that? Well, apparently everybody now.
I know, right?
So the Kardashians, for example, that show was still 10 years away.
Wow.
Big Brother had never even been on television before when the Truman Show came out. So
I was telling you that. I'm sorry, off topic. It's gravy. I was telling you. I said it was Truman. It was actually Man on the Moon. It was Andy Kaufman he was playing.
Where he was in character and he wouldn't get out of character.
Right.
Truman Show number 5.
I've actually never seen that movie. I haven't heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Chris, have you seen Man on the Moon?
I don't know. I'm doing my Jim Carrey list right now. We'll see if I've seen it.
All right. I think I'm going to do one that no one else is going to do, but my number 5 is Fun with Dick and Jane. Have you guys ever seen that one?
Yes, I have.
With Taya Leone, they're married, but he loses his job, and so he ends up starting to rob places, and they end up just becoming robbers together, and it's pretty hilarious. I love that.
Would have been better had it been an original movie. It was.
Is it a
remake? Total remake.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Came out in the 60s. Believe George Siegel and Jane Fonda were Dick and Jane in the original.
Oh. Well,
but it's still a good movie, but
it changes everything.
It's not the original.
But yeah, number 5.
All right.
Number 4.
Number 4 on my list is Liar Liar. Jim Carrey.
Just the elevator scene with the attractive lady is all you need, really. You don't even need to see the rest of it.
Mama.
He's trying not to react to how.
Lie.
He can't lie. Yeah, that scene there is pretty good.
It's a good story about a father, his son, and him not coming up short for his son quite often. And his son wishes that he could never lie again, and his wish comes true. And it makes for a very, very funny movie. By the way, Jim Carrey plays a lawyer in this movie.
Yeah, so try not lying in that role.
And it's just hilarious.
You can find the scene I'm talking about just on YouTube, and you will laugh.
Type in liar, liar, elevator.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah, you'll laugh. Number 4 for me is also Dumb and Dumber for the reasons I gave earlier. That it's not a dumb movie. That's what I love about it. The other thing is my brother-in-law, you guys know, does the sound on movies.
Yes.
He worked on Dumb and Dumber. The scene where Jeff Daniels uses the restroom and the door is closed and all you hear is
it's one of
him
my
in there.
favorite scenes.
Yeah, well, my brother-in-law had a lot to do with the sounds that you hear.
Whoa.
And my brother-in-law said that scene was 10 minutes longer. And it was still funnier.
Longer?
And it was still funny, but they decided they had to cut it down. Maybe not 10 minutes, but you know what I mean? It was longer than what they showed on the film.
Can you ask him, please, what they used for those sounds?
Be happy to.
It can't be the real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was a funny scene.
That is a great scene.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4 is Bruce Almighty. Love Bruce Almighty. I still say one thing from that movie all the time, and it's how I remember to spell the word beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah. That was anyway.
That was the one. That was where Buffalo was a star of the movie.
Yeah, when he was at Niagara Falls.
Maybe the only movie that's ever been set in Buffalo.
Number 3.
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls is number 3.
Number 2 movie in that
That's right.
series.
This is fresh off of. He had a crazy run. He had. Well, I can't get into what he had because it's going to be on my list.
Right, don't give them all away.
But he was on a hot run in this 2-year span here. This was kind of the end of that 2-year span. One of my favorite parts in that movie is when he coming out of the rhino, kind of hot in his rhino. One of my favorite parts of the movie.
It's one of the craziest things ever.
Chris, your turn.
Number 3 for me was his brilliant although not rewarded for anything. A brilliant performance as the Grinch who stole Christmas.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know how you could watch that original, which was, what a drawing, a cartoon, and imagine that any living person
could play it,
could be the Grinch.
Right.
But with the makeup, of course. But he was the Grinch. He killed it.
Yeah, he did.
It was incredible that he could do it. And, showed remarkable ability. And then the Grinch, just in general, isn't that all pretty much everybody's kind of favorite Christmas story?
I think so.
Or one of them.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was great. And, his relationship with Max, the dog, who in the original is hilarious too. But, yeah, just being able to be the Grinch, number 3.
Yeah, he was perfect at the Grinch. This one, I think it's hit or miss with people, but I think Me, Myself, and Irene is absolutely hilarious.
Some honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Okay, good. Because this movie, it's a Farrelly brother. Is that what their name is? The
Farrelly Brothers, yes.
Yeah, it's one of those movies. But he has 3 sons, and they're all black, and he's obviously white, and they don't really ever explain what's going on there. The rest of the movie is pretty funny too. So.
He's always fun.
Split personalities.
Yeah, split personality. Yeah, it's just a perfect Jim Carrey character.
Good vehicle.
It's right up his alley.
Right
Good
up his
vehicle
alley.
for him.
Number 2.
Smokey.
Yeah.
Mask. I remember going to see this in the theater, and I don't even know I understood it in 1994, but I love that movie. It was was it Cameron Diaz's first?
Yep, it was one of the first,
role?
yeah.
It took me a little. I watched it a couple times before I really started to appreciate it. But I like The Mask. Number 2.
I thought that's what. Well, that didn't put him on the scene, but that it was a big part of his career arc. Number 2 is Man on the Moon. You guys already said you haven't seen it. Interesting note about Jim Carrey: he's never even been nominated for an Academy Award, although he's won the Golden Globe twice for comedy acting. And this movie, he won it. They put it in the musical comedy category, but it's not a comedy. It is because Andy Kaufman, the person, was a comedic talent. But Andy Kaufman's life, you guys weren't around for him. His life was the strangest, craziest, couldn't be real life, except it was real. Like, that's what Andy Kaufman was, and he brings this to life. It's incredible, the job he does in this movie. He deserved the Golden Globe. He deserved to be nominated for an Academy Award. But I suggest you see this and learn about one of the strangest human beings ever to live, and that being Andy Kaufman, who Jim Carrey plays in this movie.
All right.
You won't believe the stuff has actually happened. Guy was really out there.
Do you guys want to hear something crazy? He's 63.
Jim Carrey is.
Yeah, 1962 is when he was born.
Mhm.
That's
right.
Shocking.
All right.
Oh, it's me, right?
Yes.
We've already talked about Mama, liar, liar. I could say that
Mama.
10 more times during the show. Liar, liar.
If this wasn't such a family show, I would ask you to put the video up just so everybody can see it, because it is that funny. But it might be too much of a family show for that.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Let me hit it.
Yes.
This can't be an argument, is there?
This is Ace Ventura, the first.
It's got to
This
be.
is-
Scraby, no? Oh, I'm with you, Tony.
Wow. Scrape.
Scraby's no. Okay.
I appreciate the rhino scene, but for some reason, I did not like the Ace Ventura movies. Although Laces Out, the first one is better than the second one.
The first one is
the best.
The first one's an unbelievable movie in every way.
I'm
But
not saying it's bad.
interesting. He doesn't.
It's not on my
That's why
top
we
five.
all do a list.
Yeah, no, this was I probably watched this movie close to 1,000
I could watch it
times.
right now and have no
At
problem.
0.
Is that the one where he says, "Do not
Yep.
go in there"?
That in and itself is worth it. You don't even need to see the rest of the movie if you see that scene.
Yeah, we used to say that as kids in our
Everybody
family.
says that. I say it to my wife now.
There's so
All
many
these years
lines in
later.
there that still people use to this day. So Ace Ventura number 1.
Yeah, let me make that clear. I'm not an Ace Ventura hater. It's just not in my
It's
top
not your
5.
favorite. Okay, it's all
Well,
good.
it's not, but
It's
yeah,
kind of
Ace
a hater, it's all
Ventura is
good, though.
unbelievable, I think. All right, Scrape, for the number one for you is?
Oh, my number one is, Tony already mentioned it, The Mask. I was like 11 or 12, and The Mask was like kind of
You were
adult.
not 11 or 12 because I was.
When
12.
when did that movie come out?
1994.
94.
like
so I was
9.
9.
Yeah.
But that was like a first kind of adult-ish movie that I was watching, and just Cameron Diaz was like, wow.
Smoking.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And all the other things that happened in that, but definitely The Mask. Great movie.
Plus, I mean, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective has to go. And I'm not, again, your movie's your
It's
choice.
fine.
That's
No,
why but that's why we do this. The reason also, I mean, everybody know, but Ace Ventura, the Dolphins are in the Super Bowl.
Dolphins
the only
are
time
in
they've
the
ever
Super
been
Bowl.
there
Yes.
since, way back when.
The whole premise of the movie is that someone stole the dolphin.
Stole the dolphin.
One of
yeah,
my other
that
favorite
is the
parts
premise.
is the double pane glass. Oh! That's one of my favorite
I like that
parts.
also. When he, that's how he figures out the crime.
The crime, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was a good movie too. On top of that, like how he came to figure out the crime, like it was.
Ray Finkel laces out. all
Ray
of the
Finkel,
above.
the video of Ray Finkel is actually of Uwe von Schamann
Yeah, it
kicking against the 49ers in the 84 Super Bowl.
Really?
That's the video they use of Ray Finkel. Also, Tone Loc does a nice job in there
He was
as
in
a
there. That was
fill-in
his
guy.
partner, wasn't it?
Very solid guy. Courtney Cox, a young actress, is the reporter or the love interest.
yeah.
I just like when he drives the car and he's got his head out the window the whole time. It's just, I don't know. I really enjoyed that. And I think a lot of people did. Maybe you should give it another shot, Scrape. See if it moves into the top.
You know what?
5.
I'm gonna kick Fun with Dick and Jane out, knowing it's a remake, and I'm putting Ace Ventura in.
Fair enough. Should be in there. Belongs in your top 5.
I mean, I've said the entire movie my entire life, so I should put it in there.
Let's get to break. On the other side, 4 o'clock is coming around the corner. I'm out.
Where are you
these
going?
guys continue.
You're not out. You're idle.
Idle. Excuse me. Idle.
Yes, idle.
Kids
We'll keep
playing
it going,
some
though.
soccer for
We
us.
got a big 5 for everybody too.
I'll be back for that though.
All right.
Yep.
More Gwynn and Chris.
Up on a Chris versus the Fans little trivia game here. So if you'd like to play, pretty good time to call in because all the lines are wide open as we speak. And if you win Chris versus the Fans, you'll be qualified for a shot at our grand prize. 2 tickets to see New Kids on the Block in Las Vegas. That will be on June the 26th to get a 2-night stay at Park MGM and $100 gas card. So all you blockheads out there, you must know, New Kids on the Block announcing 2026 dates for their Right Stuff Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live, Park MGM. Don't miss all the favorite hits. Live in Vegas, NKOTB, February through October of next year. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Or get yourself qualified to win some right now. Quick question or quick note before we go to the intro.
Yes, sir.
Last night, I refereed basketball.
Okay.
With a good guy, Bob Daly, excellent referee. In fact, he's a good guy in every way, except he's just a diehard Dodger fan, and he's annoying about it.
Oh,
yeah. Other than that, Bob, terrific guy. Anyway, Bob called in on Chris vs. the Fans yesterday as Jake. He was our first contestant yesterday, and he told me when we ref together that he had come up short in the game.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Fake names here.
Fake name. Yeah. And he said also that he's in the computer like as Jake from
State Farm
way back when.
All right.
So I don't know if any of the rest of you use fake names when you come on, but
that hurts. If he does win a prize, that hurts his chances because
I don't know that he cared to win the prize. He just wanted to come on and
he
wanted to beat me and Chris versus the Fans.
Dodgers fan though, huh?
Bob, you're still a good man. Thanks for playing yesterday, Bob, and thanks for reffing with me last night. We got through it without incident. Here we go with today's matchup.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player,
like Jake wasn't,
let us know, and you'll get that first question for free.
You know what Bob Daly also had the gall to ask me last night before we refereed?
Something about the Dolphins?
Nope. He had the gall to ask me, how close am I to Google so I can answer all these questions?
Wow. Man, he's really going in on you.
Yeah, it's a little harsh, Bob.
Is he listening, you think, right now?
I don't know.
All right.
Probably. He's a big listener,
right,
which we appreciate.
Next time I see a Jake on the line, I'm going to be extra cautious.
Extra cautious? No, he was calling me out, though, in an indirect way of saying that maybe I cheat to answer these questions. Maybe I do.
Maybe you do.
I don't know.
All right, let's get to our first contestant. We'll just move on from that. Let's go to Dave in Lakeside. Hello, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, this is number 5, formerly known as number 5.
Number 5.
In the bracket.
Say that one.
It's going to be I beat you in the brackets, and this year you beat me. So,
which bracket we talking about?
The NCAA's bracket.
Okay, because I beat no one, so I'm glad I beat someone.
You beat him.
Yes.
Well, that was when I beat your brother and I beat you. So.
Okay, I do remember this now. I do. It's always good to jog the memory a little bit and realize my failures.
We need it jogged many times.
Here we go, Dave.
Chris, Chris, there's still room for volleyball for you too. I ref volleyball. You remember that?
Yeah, you want to ref volleyball, Chris?
I don't. You just stand there.
You don't have to run.
Yeah, you don't have to run.
That's why I don't do it. I enjoy actually the workout part of refereeing.
All right, here we go, Dave. We're going to question number 1. Which NBA team has only lost 1 game so far this season?
That would be the Oklahoma State Thunder.
He's on it.
Nice job, nice job, nice job. We'll go to question number 2. Kirk Cousins has played for 3 teams in his NFL career. Name all 3.
Can I give a nickname to one since I'm a Packers?
No.
Okay, the Vikings
Thank you.
and the Washington Commanders,
Okay.
aka
You can say Redskins. He was a Redskin.
Yeah, he was an official Redskin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the third?
Kirk Cousins.
that would be the Atlanta Falcons.
Nice job. There
Nailed it.
we go. All right.
That's who he plays with
crazy.
now. And you said you think because of how he played last night, he might.
I didn't say
oh,
that.
somebody else did.
Yeah, I read it online. I didn't say. I was passing it along. But did you know he played 6 years for Washington? He played 6 years for Minnesota. So is he going to get 6 more years?
I don't know, but I know that he's made more money than any bad quarterback has a right to.
I don't think he's a
Yeah,
bad
you're right. He's
quarterback.
not bad, but you know what I mean.
He's not. Yeah.
He's not like a stellar quarterback, but I mean, he's got a little bit of the Lane Kiffin thing going, which is every time somebody needs a quarterback, they bring in Kirk Cousins
Well, not
to be the
anymore.
guy.
He's in Atlanta for the foreseeable future.
All right.
All right, here we go. Question number 3 for Dave. All right, Dave, there are 2 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now tied for the most amount of fourth quarter comebacks in a single season.
Yeah, brother.
Name one of the 2. Again, there are go ahead.
Most fourth quarter comebacks in
Here,
a single season.
I'll repeat it. There are 2 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now tied for the most amount of fourth quarter comebacks in a single season. Name one of the 2.
Knicks.
Bo Nix. Stay there.
Mahomes?
Wow.
It's not Mahomes?
It's not Mahomes. You're never going to believe that it is Matthew Stafford and Kirk Cousins.
I didn't really understand the question, but that's okay.
Okay, Chris.
I thought it had something to do with fourth quarter comeback wins, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most in a single season. Both of them
And
had
Cousins
8.
has more than.
No, both of them had 8 in a single season.
And
Matthew
more-
Stafford and Kirk Cousins.
Okay, and that's tied for the all-time record.
All-time record.
Okay. I'm not knocking. You're probably right. Yeah, in fact, I'm sure you're right. This is a stat that has never meant a lot to me, though. Fourth quarter comebacks. Reason.
Why?
Because they're not all alike.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, last night Kirk Cousins came from 28-14 down in the last 6 minutes. That's a great comeback. But he also would get credit if they were down 7-6 with the ball on the 1 yard line to start the fourth quarter, because that would, quote, be a fourth quarter comeback.
Okay, I see what
you
you're
see what I
saying
mean?
there. I do.
They're not all created equal.
I think
is what
that
I mean.
The year Kirk Cousins got all of his comebacks was his year in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying it's great, but to me, all fourth quarter comebacks are not created equal. Number one. Number two, you could win the game on a pick six, and they would say Kirk Cousins had a fourth quarter comeback.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, okay, but how do they judge it?
I
Is
don't
what
know.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Let me look that up.
But let's go back to the game. Or was that it?
That's it.
I
That's
lost.
it. Yes, you lost. It's
Oh.
all over. It's all
Who
good.
won?
Dave.
Dave, you're it. Okay.
Dave.
Man, good to see I'm on top of things right here.
Well, you're just so thrown off by the incredible question.
It was a Hall of Fame question. All right, so Dave wins the Chris vs. the Fans today.
Yes.
Was he the first contestant?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. Good
I
job,
know.
Dave.
I know, Chris.
Well done.
The
And,
determination of a fourth quarter comeback in football is based on specific. The team must be down between 1 and 8 points at the start of the fourth quarter. The team must have an offensive scoring drive that either ties the game or puts them ahead. The team must win the game or tie it after the offensive scoring drive. So basically, you have to score, and the other team can't score again, and you get the fourth quarter comeback.
yeah. Anyway, it's a bit of a strange, because I know they used to throw that out there. Yeah, Marino's got 52 comebacks and Brady's got a 73, and I just never knew what one was.
Okay.
To me, like I think there should be a separate category for comebacks. I'm not knocking the question. The question's good. Dave wins. What I'm saying is there should be a separate category in my mind for you have the ball, you're trailing, right? And you have to go down and win the game, and it's the last drive.
That is a game-winning drive.
That's it. That's what I want to know.
That is
no, but is that really a game-winning drive? Because you could say that they could.
Let me see.
Potentially, you could have a game-winning drive in the third quarter if that holds up. I want to know what quarterback with the game like hanging in the balance do I want to have the ball? And it's probably Montana or Stabler or Staubach or Brady or Marino. But yeah, those are the people I remember. Man, I'm down by 4 points and I have the ball. Am I going to be able to get down for a winning touchdown? That's to me is a totally different story than, Kirk Cousins. Although last night was a hell of a good win.
It was.
And a great comeback win. But they're not all created equally. That's why this stat has always been a little crazy to me.
Okay, I'm looking at game-winning drives.
Do they have a definition of that?
Not really. I'm finding a good one. But it's basically last drive, you're down, you have to drive most of the field, and you win the game.
Okay, well, that's what I'm after.
So you value game-winning drives over fourth quarter comebacks?
Well, I just think there's a different deal.
Are they the same thing?
No, because a fourth quarter comeback, again, you could be down 4 points with the ball at midfield and 13 minutes left and win the game. That's a fourth quarter comeback.
At first I thought we were going in a weird direction, but I can see where you're going.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout to sort it all through.
Oh, it's sorted.
Okay, you think it's all sorted, so it's good?
Yep.
Dave, stay right there. Scraby's got you. When we return after that, I want to get into the college football playoff a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I do.
Are you going to rage again?
Maybe. You'll have to wait and see. Gwynn and Chris continuing after traffic. 420. Priscilla, Tony Gwynn Jr. and Matt Scraby. Tony will be with us back here for the Big Five coming up at the bottom of this hour. Stepped out here for a little bit. Scraby's alongside, though, and we're getting along just wonderfully all day today. Pretty typical day in our world. You got the college football playoff starting next weekend. A week from tonight will be the first game. I believe the first game is Oklahoma and Alabama. The second game will be on Saturday morning next week. That's Texas A&M and Miami. And then, frankly, there's two games that you don't need to watch and you don't need to waste your time with, and you don't need to turn the channel on. You don't really even need to record them because you know what's going to happen.
Which games?
And, well, I'm talking about the Ole Miss Tulane, and I'm talking about Oregon versus James Madison.
James Madison.
You think, huh?
They are a better team than people are giving them credit for. I watched them play a couple times this year.
What makes you believe that?
I feel like Oregon is probably overlooking them.
I'm sure they're overlooking them.
But their
doubt.
coach from James Madison is an awesome coach. He has built every team that he has taken over into a winner. They were even good last year, but they couldn't. I believe they couldn't play in a bowl game because they were still going from FCS to FBS.
They were in a bowl game last year. Anyway, here's
James
the
Madison
thing.
was?
I'm pretty sure. The bottom line is they're not gonna win, and neither is
You're right. Boca
Tulane.
Raton Bowl. So it was the year before when they were
All right.
transitioning.
So they're not going to win, and neither is Tulane. Ole Miss already played Tulane this year. It was 45-10. Ole Miss won without a sweat.
I did not know that.
James Madison has played one Power 4 school this year. That was Louisville, who finished in like 6th place in the ACC, and that's their only loss. So they really haven't done anything to deserve to be here other than go 11-1 against inferior competition. Now, understand that this is coming from San Diego State. How about a little love for the group of 5, right? I'm all about it. I love the fact that the Aztecs going into the season have a shot. If they went 12-0, they could get into the playoff. Okay. But the way it is set up this year, where 2 teams ended up in there out of the BCS that are in the, out of the Power 5,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That are in the playoff, is just a waste of our time. And it's a shame, but it is. Against all hope, we can all say, hey, if James Madison could beat Oregon, if Tulane could beat Mississippi, or even make the games competitive, maybe that's okay. But we know this is not going to happen. We're hoping it will, but it's not going to. And here's the problem. Notre Dame got left out. We've gone back and forth about everything the Irish have done wrong and all the whining. But the bottom line is they should be in the playoff, because if they were, they would have a chance to win. And they would have a chance to win the whole thing. Even if James Madison or Tulane somehow won one game, could you imagine them winning another?
It's not like basketball.
Okay, so you want the best 12, or at least you want the best 11 with maybe I'll put one long shot in. But way it is this year is just not right. Based on where it's at, I would put Notre Dame in, and I would not let Alabama in. Alabama had the worst loss of the season to Florida State. Their big win was over Georgia, but they proved that was a fluke by getting destroyed by Georgia last week. So I don't think Alabama should be there. I think Notre Dame should be. But despite but whether I believe that or not, they both should be, is honestly the way it is. And I would even include Texas or whoever you want, if it's BYU, as the 12th team. And if everybody wants to go to 16 next year and say that's going to solve it, you're an idiot.
That's not nice.
I know, but it's not going to solve it. Next year, if you go to 16, the 17th team is going to be upset. There's no way to put the right number in there that's going to make everybody happy.
I think we have spent far too much time.
Oh,
I'm not talking about this show.
Right, but talking about this in general?
I'm talking about in general. We have spent far too much time on this.
Believe me, this is what college football loves this. This puts them on the map, even though it's in a negative light.
Do they really like this? Because they get nothing but negative these days.
The only way this is ever going to be right is the day that, unfortunately for us Aztec fans, unless we somehow get good enough to be included.
Pac-12, baby.
We can hope. But the only way this is ever going to be 100% right is when the Power 4 break away, do their own thing, and have their national champion at the level of NIL money that they have. And then they have a fair system where there's, conference champions and wild cards and things of that nature. Let them do theirs. Let the group of 5 have their championship. And it's going to have to be that way. There's no way there's 130 schools that can compete at the same level as Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Indiana, whoever it is. Just can't. There might be 40 or 50 that can. They need to separate. And I believe they will separate. I'm not asking for it. I'm not rooting for it. I just think that's what's going to happen. And this year's playoff, because of those 2 games, once those 2 games are over, then it's a legit playoff. It's going to be fun. But to get this far and waste our time with 2 of the games, that's not what anybody wants.
I don't like.
This isn't basketball where Maryland, Baltimore County can beat Virginia. This
totally
isn't going to happen.
But
James Madison is not going to beat Oregon.
Okay, you're probably right there.
Unless Oregon turns the ball over 10 times.
Well, that means they played bad.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying.
I
Old
don't.
Miss should not. They already beat Tulane by 35. They shouldn't have to play them again, and we shouldn't have to watch it.
I'll give you that one. I think James Madison is better, but I think, is that basically your idea? Is the college football playoff and then like the NIT?
Yep. I don't want it because I want all teams. I want everybody to have a shot.
Who wants?
But the bottom line is Utah State is not winning the national championship.
I get that.
Okay, so why are they playing for it? Why? What is the point?
Because they made it there.
I'm saying Utah State. I'm using them as an example.
Yeah.
I'm using any nondescript group of 5 school. Why is Jacksonville State? Why is Liberty? Why is Kennesaw State?
Because they qualified.
Why are they in the same league going for the same championship that Alabama's going for?
Can you imagine if they didn't let those teams in? At least they're letting the teams in.
But they shouldn't. Separate, do your big NIL people over here. Let the rest of the schools, which is still 60 or 70 solid college football schools, compete for their championship. There's nothing wrong with that.
Gator Padre says, fair point, LL.
First time he's agreed with me. I think.
Gator Padre is a good guy.
Thank you, Gator. All right. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm looking at 10 experts who are picking the championship right now on ESPN. It's obviously 10-0 Oregon over James Madison, and it's 10-0 Ole Miss over Tulane. You'd have to be a moron to pick the other way.
I guess I'm a moron.
No, you're not. You're just hoping against hope, like I am, that something will happen to kind of throw a monkey wrench into this.
I get it. I
But
get
it's
it. I do love chaos,
not
and that's
gonna
what I
happen.
do want chaos.
I'm with you. Not going to get it in those 2 games. Gwynn and Chris continues with the Big 5. Tony Gwynn Jr. back on the beam with us.
Gwynn and
By the way, according to the experts on ESPN, Chris Hello and Tony Scraby back with you, Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. According to the experts on ESPN, there are 10 of them who pick the outcome. Beg your pardon, 11. 11 experts picking the outcome of the whole tournament. 10 of the 11 pick either Indiana, Ohio State, or Georgia to win it. 11 of the 11 pick either Indiana, Ohio State, or Georgia to lose in the championship game. So there are no interlopers as far as any of the experts are concerned. One person picks Texas Tech to be the champion. But everybody else.
Yeah. I'm surprised by that because
it's not
Tech
wide open at all.
Texas Tech this year is to watch out for them.
A lot of people say Texas Tech is somebody to, we'll see. But right now, people are not able to see past Indiana, Georgia, or Ohio State. We'll see how it turns out. It starts next week. Big Five time. And traffic before that Big Five. It's a good Big Five today. Scraby said it was going to be fun. He was right.
Light and airy.
From the 855 Get Rust Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans. Loaded up on the 15 northbound at Miramar Way. Got the center lane blocked because somebody broke down. Westbound at the 805. Here's another accident. On the 5 southbound at Washington Street, the exit ramp is blocked with a crash. Further south of the 15, you have another wreck.
My mom, my dad, works for Caltrans. On the freeway, right next to speeding cars. Please be careful. Flashing lights mean move over. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Guys, I thought it was a Friday, and it's late in December, so I thought we're going to have a really fun Big Five today. And we're going to start with a fantasy football situation. We're going to end up going to Joe Burrow, who's seems like he's very sad these days. And we're also going to talk about something that we have an expert on, a radio personality that travels with a team because someone out there did something bad. So we'll talk about that in the Big Five.
Number 5.
But let's start
where
with
does the fun part come in?
Yeah, we're still waiting on that.
The fun is the easy topics, the less serious topics.
Serious question.
Yes.
Which rundown is it?
I deleted the other one.
No, it's not on mine. I still see both.
You still see both?
Yes. I'll go with the one that has more in it.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Okay. Boom.
Yeah, I did create, for some reason, I created 2 the 12-12 docs, and I've been using both of them to fill in information. And I'm like,
awesome.
I could have sworn that I put that there.
That's off to a good start. Already. Here we go.
All right.
This is fun.
That was rude.
This is fun.
Chris, if you were having a little bit more fun, this would be fun. Don't make me turn this car around.
It's going to get fun when you get to the topics.
All right,
let's
here
go.
we go.
At some point.
Here we go. Adam Klug sent me this yesterday, and we were going to do a fair or foul, but let's just do a sports court. Honorary sports court.
So this is not a Big Five now? We're doing
it's Big Five for topic 5.
Okay.
It's a fantasy football league.
Yeah.
It says 2 players in my league benched all their players to force a tie and eliminate me from the playoffs. I've tried to explain this is cheating and collusion, but they think they are being smart. I need help with this. What do you think? And Chris, you're up first. How do you handle said situation?
I leave the league.
That's actually fair.
For real.
Nah, it's just stupid. I mean, people that are that insane and that, competitive. First of all, why would they want to eliminate this one player?
I mean, beef?
They just don't like this player, or this player had a really good team, at least on paper.
I mean, I could also think collusion.
So 2 people honestly took all their players out so they could have a 0-0 tie.
Yeah.
And Yeah,
they also sent a
just get in
screenshot of it.
Get in another league.
Yeah.
I don't have any other way to go around it unless you're going to put a hit out on these two people.
Put a hit?
Yeah, that's probably too much. So just leave the league.
What?
Yeah, just leave the league. But
Man, I thought this was the fun Big Five.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about this in our league. I mean, I know it's not going to happen, but I mean, I know we have one player in our league who might be capable of something like this, and he better not do it.
Very much so.
But we have 4 players
Thomas
left.
Andrews. That's
Yes,
who
we
it
do,
is.
and we have 4 players left right now. And I know that all 4, or after this weekend, we'll have 4 players left. And I know that not all of the 4 teams are completely loaded at every position. If somebody were out there to release a couple of their really good players that is eliminated, and then one of the 4 were to go in and pick those players up, to me, that would be just absolutely ridiculous. Those are things like that are out there in fantasy sports that I know people do, and I just think it's insane. I went to the final game of the regular season against Sirio, and he needed a running back because the guy he'd been using was now going to be on the bench. I looked at the free agent wire, and there was a decent player for Arizona that was available at running back, and I thought for a half second, maybe I should pick this guy up to block him from getting it, and I just didn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I just think it's stupid. I hate that. So that's where I'm at.
I think that is different than
that's a little different.
Than
it is.
I think that's okay.
I think picking up
that's
dude
legal
to block.
That's on waivers.
That happens in all of sports.
Yeah,
even in the big time. But
Yeah.
to Chris's point, though, the first situation, first of all, it shouldn't happen. All it should take is a few complaints from the league to the commissioner.
Yeah.
And the commissioner has the power to kind of step in and be like, this doesn't work. Put it up to a vote. There are all kinds of reasons of ways to
You should have
stop
seen this coming. And you know what? Even
the
better.
moment it started.
Right.
Even better than everybody should have been on alert.
Even better than you leaving the league, the commissioner ought to kick those 2 out of the league and just start and just look for 2 new players next year.
There should be, if they want to stay in the league, there should be some type of penalty for pulling this type of shenanigans off. That's not fantasy. That's cheating.
I would have filed an injunction
collusion.
for sure.
Let's just say
Can you imagine if that happened? All hell would break loose.
Let's say
somebody tried that in our league.
I feel like I would be involved in it somehow.
Probably. Let's say Sammy Lev loses in the first round this week and throws Christian McCaffrey back in the pile.
See, I wouldn't allow that to happen.
But I'm just saying, I wouldn't pick him up. Would you?
No, because I know it's an illegal move,
right?
And it wouldn't work out. And I don't know that in our league, because I know in my other fantasy football league, it locks all the non-playoff teams from picking up anyone or dropping anyone.
I don't know.
I don't know that Tony put that in there because he doesn't expect us to be that ruthless. Which is he's correct.
He should.
No, he shouldn't.
We're a bunch of misfits. Come on now.
We are. We actually conduct ourselves well during the league.
All right.
Number 4.
Shoot, we should thank Chris for having a different schedule this year. Remember, he pushed for that, and I was like, "There's no way to do it." And then I figured out there's a way to do it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go in and do it one by one.
I am the troublemaker. There's no question.
That was funny because it's always stressful trying to find a draft date to begin with, and then
my
there's
God, it's the worst in our league
leading up to
it's
it.
The worst. So I was fed up at that point.
I'm not saying this is you, but there's other people that ask these questions. Excuse me, can I get the draft order, please? It's like August or it's like June or something.
Nonetheless, that's cheating.
Number 4.
Free agent Kyle Tucker is the number 1 free agent on the board right now, and the speculation of where he will go is now growing because MLB.com listed 6 teams he could sign with, and this is the order they listed them in: Yankees, Giants, Mets, Blue Jays, Phillies, and Dodgers. Now, there's one huge problem with that. They're all big market teams. Second, you don't have to pick one of those teams, Tony, but where do you think Kyle Tucker ends up?
What were the teams you gave me again?
Yankees, Giants, Mets, Blue Jays, Phillies, Dodgers. You could say Rockies if you feel like
you're
it.
not going Rockies. I mean, the Blue Jays would be really turning up the dial.
Yeah.
I don't know where he ends, but I like him in the Blue Jays lineup. I really do. I think out of all of those places you named, it's probably the best hitting park. You're going to be in a pretty good lineup. They have money to spend with the likes of Bichette coming off the books, and yeah, man, I think that might be the best fit right there. Toronto.
Chris, where do you think Kyle Tucker is going to end up?
First of all, I just want to say that I'd love to somebody ought to reward Kyle Tucker's PR agent with a hefty salary raise, because Kyle Tucker had a terrible season last year. He fell. Well, you look at what he did the first half and compared to what he did the second half, he completely disappeared from the Cubs lineup the last 3 months of the season.
He had a broken
he had a fracture in his hand.
Okay, well then, buyer beware is all I'm saying. It just, to me, it's interesting that somebody gets anointed by somebody somewhere as the top free agent, and I don't know that they always necessarily are. Maybe he's that good. I think he'll go to the Phillies. Castellanos is out of right field. Kyle Tucker's in. There.
Philly would be another
Schwarber and
be a lot of lefties though.
Oh wow, that'd be a real problem. They'd all hit the ball over the moon.
Number 3.
All right. NFL teams reportedly took notice of Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's comments this week regarding the hardships he has endured through injuries and on-field struggles. Here he is his exchange with reporters.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table.
Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it seems frustrating.
There's just a lot of things going on right now.
Football related, personally?
All the above. Like you said, there's nothing. All we can do is focus week to week and try to win games. I don't think.
All right, you get the idea. Joe Burrow is seemingly depressed.
He sounded a little down and out there.
He definitely sounded down and out. Now, when Jamar Chase, his teammate, heard about this, he actually thought it was an AI video. But ultimately,
it did kind of have a little AI tint to it.
It did.
But it's not.
It's not. And ultimately, I couldn't play his thing because his thing was longer, but it was good. He said he's still the same guy who shows up every day. He still cares about his teammates. He still shows up to play. He still shows up ready to work.
Yes, he does. That's proven on the field on Sundays. He's playing well.
Chris, do you think Joe Burrow
Although
is
that was
laying...
a horrendous interception he lost the game with last week, let's be honest.
It was snowing.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you think Joe Burrow is laying the groundwork to get out?
I do, and I'm reading between the lines there because I think Joe Burrow is a pretty honest guy, at least from what I've seen so far. And so I think he would honestly be willing to state the reason that he's upset and semi down and out if he felt he could say it.
Right.
But I don't think he feels he can say it. And so I'm going to say it for him.
Please.
I play for one of the worst organizations in the league, and I'm sick of it. I just think that's it. I really do. I mean, he saw what Jamar Chase went through. He saw what Higgins has gone through. He saw what Hendrickson went through. He, eventually will probably have to go through something, or there'll be other players that he needs that are going to go through it this offseason. I don't think he wants to be there anymore because it's a terrible organization, and I think that's what he's saying without saying it.
Real quick, why did he sign an extension then? Why not just play out his contract and go
I think
elsewhere?
he signed it before a lot of this other stuff started happening with Chase and Higgins and everybody else.
Some can say that Joe Burrow's contract is leading to the
Here's the deal.
Say
Though.
what
We don't know that he wasn't told that they would still be able to put a team together, regardless of whether they.
I'm sure he signed saying, "Can you afford to build a team?"
Come on, he just everything about him says that he enjoys playing football. He enjoys being a winner.
But
right?
he's not going to enjoy it if he doesn't win. Like a lot of guys, I think, could just go home and not care as much.
Right. What I read between the lines was there's clearly some things going on in the back channels of that probably reinforce things that he's already seen in Jamar Chase and kind of how they handled Trey Hendrickson the whole time like that. All of this is by the way, to Chris's point, has been things we've seen, I don't know, every 5-10 years from the Bengals. Like they do this. This is a pretty consistent thing. So, yeah, I do think there's some part of him kind of laying the groundwork for, listen, these guys aren't serious about winning. I am. Get me up out.
And if we do win, we're going to have to win despite this organization, which is really harder to do.
Especially in the NFL.
Yes, I think of what the Cardinals players used to talk about off the record that got on the record was they were tired of paying for their own laundry during training camp. Like the only NFL team that didn't provide these services. You may think that's silly, but man, when you're with a team and you're traveling and you're there and, your flight's not ready and your bus is, late and the hotel rooms are lousy, that's the kind of stuff that I think eats at these guys, especially when they hear another team's not going through that kind of stuff.
When the rest of the league is doing it one way and you're with the one organization doing it another way, you start to build resentment for that, I'm sure.
I remember reading that one of the teams on their flight had to pay for their own Wi-Fi, and I don't remember which team, but I figure it's the Jets.
It might be, but here's the thing to Joe Burrow, if you're listening, Joe, and I know you like our show. The Dolphins were rated the #1 franchise off the field.
Dolphins get into this?
Because we need him at quarterback. That's why. And I'm trying to recruit.
He would look good in those colors, too,
I'm trying to recruit.
Next time you say I hijacked the show with the 49ers. All right.
You don't need a quarterback like we do.
Some say we do.
All right.
On his radio show, Ramon and Will Bowling addressed the situation regarding his potential removal from the Tennessee Titans flight charter. Flight charter is the same thing. He apologized for sharing a story from the team plane that should have been off the record, acknowledging that he did break the team's trust. The original story involved Titans defensive end Arden Key using the intercom on the plane to tell teammates to ignore rookie quarterback Cam Ward's post-game comments, which were comments seemingly downplayed the win in a 2-11
Who is the guy
season.
who did this? Will, what is he?
He is the sideline reporter.
Okay, thank you.
So he has been removed from the team charter. He is not allowed to travel with the team anymore. Tony, my question is, you fly with the team all the time. Is this a fireable offense? Is this not just a slap on the hand?
Yeah,
is this a fireable offense?
This is definitely a slap on the hand.
No, I'm saying a fireable offense.
Yeah. Especially when you're considering the position and player you are making look, putting in a certain light. I won't say it's a fireable offense. I'd say that actually the punishment probably fits the crime on this one. It's just kind of I thought obvious thing that you don't go repeating conversations, especially one that is putting not just Cam Ward, because Cam Ward said what he said to the media. So that was going to be have the pile on, hey, even the such and such person in the locker room was like, got on the intercom and was like, ignore his comments. Because you know what that then breeds? More questions the following week. And it's not even self-inflicted this time. This is coming from something that was supposed to be in a private setting. And so I don't think it's a fireable offense, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have gotten fired. And this is like selfishly, these are the things that put media in a bad light when it comes to the travel situation.
Why they give you a weird look when you get on the plane, because they're worried about guys like that.
Right. 100%.
And they think that everybody has the potential to be this.
Right.
Look, I'll ask you this, Scraby. Tony travels with the Padres. How often do you ask him for a little sidelight information, and how often does he say, I don't know, and he doesn't tell you anything because he's not going to?
How often do I ask? Every time he gets back
That's
from a
right.
road trip.
And he's not going to tell you, and nor should he. It is a fireable offense, if only for the good of the station or the people that are covering the team.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, if I play for the Tennessee Titans, there is no way ever I am giving this guy a sideline interview the rest of my career. This is Ken Rosenthal like. I mean, this guy's going to now be on my sideline. How do I know if I walk off the field and the coach, took me out and I go, man, I hate my coach right now or something, just out of frustration, that's not going to get on the air now because I can't trust this guy. As soon as you lose your trust, you're out.
Yeah,
you're completely out in this situation.
You know what that reminded me of? I don't know if this was your guys' experience when you guys were kids. You get yelled at, you get sent to your room, and you close the door, and you're like yelling into the pillow about how mad you are at your mom or dad.
I wish you would
Right.
You know what I was about to say.
I'm just saying you can't say anything.
Well, I want to see where Tony was going with this whole yelling into the pillow.
No, I'm just saying that's kind of how as it pertains to a guy being on the plane.
Oh yeah, and frustrated, venting.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't even believe this. Will Bowling thought this was something he could do. I mean, really, I don't even know how you could have the job he has and think that it's happened on a private.
I'll give
plane.
him this. He owned up to it right away.
He did. But
and he said it was my fault. I was
really
dumb.
Have much choice.
Yeah, well, you know what?
But you know, in this day and age, people are going to fight these things and make a big deal about it.
Okay, so you're going to give him that. That means you're going to give it to somebody who, I don't know, runs over somebody with their car and then says,
different.
"You know what? I did it."
Why do you always go to the extreme?
You know what? I'm going to give it to you. You did admit to running over the person. Well, yeah, but you still ran over him.
That's not even close to being the same.
Okay, but it's a similar idea.
I don't know that whoever he works for can fill away
the radio station.
Is it the station?
Yeah.
Can fill away if all of these players moving forward.
I can't believe the Titans are even going to allow him to stay.
I'm not doing interview with your station.
How would the Titans? How have the
Yes.
Titans not called the station and said, "Get rid of this guy"?
I think they have bigger problems.
I don't think they do.
Honestly, this
is a
could
big
be
problem.
No, I don't think it's that big of a problem.
You don't understand how the framework of a team works.
No,
then.
I do understand. I understand that him repeating stories is a problem, but I don't think this is the Titans' biggest problem right now.
I don't know. It's a big problem.
Being 2-11 with no
they knew they were
head
gonna be
coach.
2-11.
Mike McCoy is the team's head coach. What did we expect?
Number 1.
All right, the Madden video game has added the most unlikely player in a very long time. Mr. Phillip Rivers has now been added to the video game. And so I'm going to ask you guys what rating you think he got. But since Chris is not familiar with the game, I'm going to give you
99.
No,
he didn't get a 99.
No,
it's a Hall of Famer. Come on.
I'm going to give you some of the quarterbacks that are middle of the pack in what they're rated. Bo Nix is an 81. Caleb Williams is an 80. Aaron Rodgers is 79. CJ Stroud is 78. Trevor Lawrence is 78. And Bryce Young is 77. So I'm going to let Tony go first. What rating do you think Phillip Rivers got?
68.
68. Chris, what rating, knowing what those quarterbacks are
what's
at?
Tua? I want to know.
Honestly, I can find out while you're giving me a guess.
Well, I'm going to say 68 is about right. I mean, he can't be rated as high as Bryce Young until he goes out and plays.
75 for Tua.
Tua?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 76 then for Rivers. He's better than Tua.
Wow.
Already, without even stepping out there. So
Tony might be a Madden grader because
of course he is.
He was 70.
Yeah.
70.
All right.
And it's funny because his arm strength is like 83, but his movement is way down there.
But his movement's always been zero.
I know.
As he said.
They could probably just carry over his movement stats from when he was in the game. Apparently, in 2012, maybe, he was a 96, which is the most he was ever in the game.
Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
Let's not be let's be honest about it. This guy's one of the tip top ever to play the position. I don't know that he's going to be quite that now. I do think it's hilarious that the Colts continue with this charade as we don't know who's going to play.
Do you think
Sunday
they're actually trying to see if
know,
Riley Leonard can play and make Phil the backup?
I don't think so.
I would be trying to see if he could play. Otherwise, I know why they're doing this. They want to make them have to prepare.
Of course. You always want that.
Right. That's an easy one.
Stupid games that these teams play sometimes, man. Stupid games.
They know darn well who's starting Sunday right now. Believe me.
His name is Phillip Rivers.
I think it will happen. It's the only reason I'm going to watch that game. If he does start,
I am going to watch it too.
You're not tuning in to see anything else.
When we get back, it's the happy hour. We're going to give away the biggest fan, and we're just going to wrap everything up for the week here on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, it's Ben and Woods. Sometimes sports is serious business, but a lot of the time,
Tony,
much more.
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony,
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower? Or
I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be. You never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there. As have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. Yeah, so maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something that he is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late, this long, with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago, and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh, no. This
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk. I
don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's definitely got to be a
air.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong, because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting lying. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like I locked myself out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
Can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out. In New York City. But if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No.
Still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
What
happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
Trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave. And
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think the what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour, and we still... 5 o'clock, final hour of our week together. Scrape, you hanging out for an extra Chronicles tonight?
Yes, I am. And
I didn't know
I'm wondering. I was just looking like, what am I going to talk about tonight?
Same thing we've talked about the last 3 hours, which isn't much. Gwynn and Chris with you. 5:04 is the time. Tony is headed out for the weekend. We're all back here Monday. For one last week before Christmas and New Year's break. I don't know what on a day like today, I guess this qualifies as breaking news. But the Blue Jays,
then we need to treat it like this, Chris. Hold on.
Maybe.
This is
why
breaking
not?
news from 97.3 The Fan.
I'll be honest with you. This guy had a hell of a year last year. Tyler Rogers, not Taylor Rogers. The Padres used to have the lefty Taylor Rogers of the Twins. Tyler Rogers was the side-arming right-hander for the Giants, who right at the end of last season went to the Mets. He did not help the Mets. He went 0-3 with them. But overall, he turned in a 1.98 ERA last year. Blue Jays liked him enough. They just gave him 3 years, $37 million. And see, what's going to happen is that now the owners are going to claim poverty when they have the next year. So they're going to say, we don't have any money. You just gave a 6th inning relief pitcher, maybe 7th inning guy, $12 million a year.
That's insane.
That's right?
That's insane.
I mean, whether it helps you win, I know the Blue Jays were a game
Is he
away.
gonna be their closer?
He's not even close to a closer. He's never even been anywhere near a closer before. He's a 7th, 8th inning guy. And the Blue Jays go, that's worth $12 million to them right now. Who were we talking about yesterday? Was making $12, $13 million. It was like a star player. Oh, it was Suarez.
Yeah, Robert
Suarez getting
15.
15 a year to be ostensibly a closer. Iglesias, the Braves, 1 year, $16 million. I don't get this. Like I get getting the player. If you're the Blue Jays and you want a good side-arming right-handed reliever, I get that.
Yeah, I get that too.
But 3 years, $37 million.
I'm looking right now to see who.
It might be time to start teaching your kids to throw underhanded.
I know.
If that's the way it's going to go.
I'm looking through, like, trying to find a relief pitcher that's in the same range. And he's being paid up there. He's being paid more than Emilio Pagan.
Yeah.
He's being paid more than Jeff Hoffman, who is the closer for the Blue Jays.
He's the closer for the Blue Jays, yeah.
He's being paid $1 million less than Aroldis Chapman. And I guess Robert Suarez is 13, not 15.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Suarez was 13, yeah.
And he's being paid $1 million less than Ryan Helsley. The top paid closer of the league, Josh Hader.
Yeah.
So they're paying him closer money almost.
Blue Jays obviously are going to just have endless at the moment, and the Dodgers, and maybe we should just let them play the World Series again. Get it out of the way.
I read an interesting
stop wasting all of our time the whole summer. Just let these two teams fight it out. And then at the end, claim that we have no money. We have no money. We can't possibly give these players any more money.
You spent it, teams.
Crazy.
I saw a interesting conspiracy, not a conspiracy because I didn't come up with it, but they're saying the Blue Jays are going to sign him for this incredible dollar amount. And then other players are going to be like, well, he got $12 million a year, and they're going to cause chaos for the free agent market.
For the rest of the teams.
Yeah. Which I don't know
that's
that they
a really
did that.
Smart move, isn't it? Boy, are they? The Blue Jays are just forward thinkers, aren't they?
I mean,
we're going to overspend on a middle reliever, a setup reliever. I shouldn't say middle, setup reliever. Like we're going to overspend by like $4 or $5 million a year just to try to muck it up for everybody else. And I said muck.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I don't get this one.
Anyway, that's the baseball news. There's nothing further on baseball today.
Really incredibly frustrating to watch sometimes because
didn't he throw
so slow?
He threw the curveball a couple years ago that I don't remember what batter it was. Was it a Padre guy who swung it? It was a Padre guy, wasn't it? Graham Pauly swung at the ball and it hit him like in the ear
face
or something.
It knocked off his helmet.
Yeah,
I remember this.
Anyway, $12 million a year for that. Good for the Blue Jays if they got it. Spend it if you got it, as they say. Smoke them if you got them. That's the old saying.
That is the old saying.
I guess the Blue Jays are right there. A couple of NFL notes. It is the start of the fantasy football playoffs for, I would imagine, almost everybody out there. Scraby and I, we're not tooting our own horn. We're just giving you the facts.
Toot, toot.
We both earned a bye in the first round. So Scraby won his division. I took a tiebreaker over Braden, but I won my division. So we're idle. And the two games that we've got going, my wife put 11 points up last night with her kicker, Chase McLaughlin. And our friend John Flynn, who's coming in here shortly to talk about the telethon. Remember, he was all worried about Chris Godwin.
Yeah, what did he end up with?
14.
Yes.
Godwin caught a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
He octopused?
right away.
Was it on the same drive?
Yes, same time.
So he got the octopus.
Yes, he had nothing before that either. Like he had no points, and then all of a sudden finished with 14. So those are the other matchups. You tell me, Bijan Robinson had 32 points last night. He's my guy next week. But should I be mad or happy that he got that many in a game when it didn't? I'm not playing.
I think you should be happy because he's still playing well, and he'll do the same thing.
He has a
next
chance
week.
to hopefully do it again. The big fantasy guy of the night last night was if you happen to have Kyle Pitts.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a lot of leagues, I bet you, where nobody had Kyle Pitts.
Or he's on the bench.
Or he's on your bench. But if you had Kyle Pitts last night, did you see his stats, Scrape?
Yeah, he had like 160 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns.
He had 11 catches for 166, 3 touchdowns. Only 4 other tight ends in NFL history have ever had a game like that.
Dang.
Shannon Sharp was the last, and it was 25 years ago. Kellen Winslow once had a game like that, the great Charger tight end. I think it was Todd Christensen, and then you got to go way back to an old Jet tight end named Rich Castor. So this was almost a historic performance last night, and Pitts was good for 45.7.
See,
if you had him, welcome to the next round, probably right there.
I would think so, but those are the moments that make me consider quit football. If I was if I was facing Kyle Pitts,
right, you'd be like, he's going to get a 0
are you kidding?
or a 2.
Like, I feel really good going into it.
Yeah.
Those are the moments where I hate fantasy.
That's a hang
football.
with him, man. That's part of it, fantasy football.
Like,
but what a
years
night
ago-
for Kyle Pitts.
Years
Man.
ago, I had Jamal Charles. I was undefeated in my fantasy, or I didn't have Jamal Charles. I was undefeated in my fantasy league. First round of the playoffs, I got kicked out because Jamal Charles had 5 touchdowns. Just ridiculous.
Yeah. You also won it a couple of years ago, and I'm sure whoever you beat felt a similar pain.
Yeah, did I beat Connor?
I don't remember who you beat. I think you did beat Connor. He was going for a 3-peat.
Oh, wow.
And I think you knocked him
How
out.
the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, he was not in the playoffs this year. All right, good luck to everybody in their fantasy football playoffs. Couple of quick notes. This is why I brought it up in the first place. Marvin Harrison sits out, which is great news if you're a Michael Wilson owner, because he just seems to get 15 catches a game when Harrison's not in. Your guy Higgins is out with a concussion.
T is out again?
T. Higgins.
Oh, I knew he got a concussion during the game, but he came back in.
Well,
he fell right on his head.
Well, he shouldn't have come back in.
I don't know
right?
why he came back in. I was
Yeah.
thinking he was out for the game, and he ended up catching a touchdown.
Well, he's bad. He's out this week, so somebody needs to be questioned for that, I would say.
Yeah.
Those are the two skilled people who have news on today. And then the other news, just real quick, TJ Watt, I always call him JJ. TJ Watt had successful surgery
this is wild.
tonight or last night to repair a partially collapsed lung.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds like you're almost close to death, right?
It does.
The Steelers are playing the Dolphins Monday night. Coach Mike Tomlin had to tell reporters today that no, he is not going to be able to play in that game. Like they wanted to know. The man had a collapsed lung. You thought he might make it Monday night?
If there's anyone who would,
Football
it might be
players
TJ
are
Watt.
tough.
They are tough.
Like, could you imagine even thinking that he could play?
No, I would assume he's out for the year.
That I don't know, but he's not going to play Monday night.
No,
So-
he'll probably be back on Monday with a collapsed lung. He's got like
No, he's out Monday night. They did say that.
Oh, okay. I
No,
missed that
that's clear. All right, good luck in your fantasy playoffs. We got real life things to take care of, much more important actually, that you need to be part of when we come back with John Flint from KSON after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting.
And Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Mr. Scraby. Going into the fourth quarter last night, Chris Godwin of the Tampa Bay Bucs, 2 catches for 22 yards. That would add you up to 4.2 fantasy points. That would not have made our guest, John Flint of KSON, the Hall of Fame candidate, happy. He needed something from Chris Godwin last night, and he got it all of a sudden out of nowhere, because you hadn't even seen Godwin the whole game. Touchdown, then catches the 2-point conversion. Scraby says that's an octopus, they call that.
Yes, they do. I think Scott Hansen came up with it.
Right, because you scored eight points in NFL. You also scored 8 points in fantasy. Anyway, a 14-point night for Godwin makes you feel a lot better going into the weekend, sir.
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
I'm still slated to get spanked by Braden. And
we're not going to let it happen. What did you call Braden yesterday?
I don't remember.
You called him. I do.
I do too.
That punk Braden.
Oh,
I liked it.
Well, anyway, spanked by Braden will be my next memoir.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm still slated to be spanked. But I'll tell you right now, when I turned on the game for 1 second in a little break from our St. Jude Country Cares for our KSON Country Cares for St. Jude Radiothon, and I literally heard, Godwin's been invisible tonight. I'm out.
In case John from KSON just tuned in, your guy Godwin hasn't done anything. Yeah.
But then somehow, and this is what I believe, the God in Godwin recognized what I was doing down the hall for the kids of St. Jude.
Doing good things, right?
And said, I'm gonna
were rewarded.
Give him an instant tutty and an instant 2-pointer, and there you go. I will see what happens, but thank you, boys.
But you got 14. My wife, I told, got 11 with her kicker, so both of you are off to a lead in your first round games. And of course, we talk fantasy football first because we kind of believe it's more important, but we know it truly is not. What you have been doing the last 36, 48 hours, you've got another couple to go. We got to finish strong with the Radiothon. St. Jude's, we're coming close to last year's total, I understand.
Well, I don't want to talk about that yet because I don't want to curse anything.
Okay.
But we're looking to break last year's total. I'll just keep that one to myself as what it is. But yes, this is the 38th KSON Country Cares for St. Jude Kids Radiothon. Scrabes, to answer your question, I'm hanging on by a thread. My girlfriend is here with my dog Roger, so that really kind of pepped me up a little bit.
I need to go see Roger.
Yes, and you can meet my girlfriend Sam. You haven't
never mind, Sam. What's Roger? What kind of dog is
Roger is a little mutt, but he's beautiful.
I love a good mutt. Don't you, Scrape?
I do.
I love a good mutt.
Go to the Toyota call center, which is also our sound space, and give Roger a pet.
All right, I'll see you later.
All right, real quickly, guys, and I really appreciate you having us come in.
Wait, did Chris just almost knock over everything over there?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see
everything.
it.
I was trying to make a smooth comedy move, and I wrecked it.
When I think smooth, I think you, brother. So anyway, listen, I really appreciate you guys bringing me in for the home stretch. This is the final push, and I heard traffic is gnarly right now. And if you're sitting there and you're bitching about that, you're like, oh my God, what else is going to happen? I guarantee you there are people having a worse day than you are. And those people are sitting with their children right now at Rady's Children, who are getting protocols in their bodies that are sick with cancer, protocols that were developed and then freely shared by the genius doctors and heroes at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, a hospital that asks for nothing when you go there for service. Believe me, the sickest of the sick children are at St. Jude's. It's a hospital with 72 beds. But behind it, I said this yesterday, there's a massive complex of researchers that don't stop until they find a cure. And when they do, they share it. They share this protocol that helps extend lives with everybody in the world for free. They don't put it up for auction. They don't sell it to pharmacies, pharmaceuticals. They sell it not at all. They just give it away. And
we discovered something that will help everyone.
Exactly right. And we have, this is a story, guys. I'm going to hope I can get through it. I live in Carlsbad Village. If you know Carlsbad Village, you know the Devons family. Claire has been here. Liz, Claire's mom, is here. We lost Claire years ago when she had a brain tumor. She would have been 21 years old this week. Every year, Liz comes back to answer phones to raise money for St. Jude to keep her daughter's legacy alive. They are right now, her and her husband, Joe, are in our call center right now answering phones, talking about Claire. This is a big family, and unfortunately, cancer doesn't pick and choose. It picks everybody. It doesn't have any discrimination. Probably a lot of you right now listening to this fabulous radio show on The Fan thinking, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Well, you need hope, and that's why we call you partners in hope. You are not only helping kids here at Rady Children's Hospital in the LA, but you're helping kids all over the world, and it's because you're supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Is anybody else hearing that?
I'm hearing that.
Did we just step outside?
I have no idea why this
sounded
happens.
like
This happens from time to time.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna switch your mics. Hold on.
Switch his
talk.
mics. This is John Flint you're listening to from KSON. They're in the middle of the St. Jude's Radiothon. They've got an hour and a half left to raise money, and I know what he's going to get to here, but if you are sitting in traffic, like while you're doing that safely, or if you have to pull over, you can do something that's going to make you feel pretty good about the day.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Ooh, I like the processing in this mic better.
Yeah, this is better. We have you back inside now.
I don't want to bring the show down.
You're
but
not.
I want you to think about this. I want you to think about you've had like the worst week ever. You don't like the holidays. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you're just at your last wits. And you get to your home and you open the door and your little kids come running at you, little feet pattering. They just put their arms around your legs, and every problem that you had for a little while at least is gone, because this is the most important things in your life. Now imagine that feeling gone. Because there's no
taken from you.
There's no feet pattern coming and running at you, telling you to love you, because they were lost in the prime of their life, before they can even be adults, before they can drive, before they can kiss a girl, before they can go to prom, before they can play football or join the Marines or do anything because cancer took them. That is not acceptable on anybody's watch. I don't care who you are, who you voted for. I don't give a crap what music you listen to, what team you like. We all can agree that sucks. And if that makes you angry, good. Then do something about it and call 800-779-5121. Scraves, did you put that number up on the screen for me, buddy?
I did, yes.
All right. You can also text KSON to 785-833. A bit of background about my morning show, Tam and I. My morning show partner, Tam and I, we've been doing this Radiothon now for about 20-something years, 15 here in San Diego. This is something that's so dear to our hearts. That's why we put our bodies through it. We are not young people anymore. Look at me. I've aged 10 years in the last 2 hours.
I barely recognize you.
I know,
when you came
man.
in.
I know. You think I was eating like a powdered donut. I haven't. No, this is just my beard now. But that's how much this means to us. And outside this studio, while this show is going on, there are tens of 20 people out there just answering phones and giving hugs and getting ready for our big finale announcement, but mostly just laughing and crying and loving the stories of hope and survival and hugging each other and crying about the kids that we've lost. And yes, cancer rates are 80% worldwide. Cancer survival rates are up. But that means 20% of parents are still without their kids on Christmas. And I don't care about anybody. I know you all feel the same way I do. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Also, I think when you donate and get involved in the St. Jude's thing, as you said yesterday, all the money goes to the research, and you have the chance, honestly, by donating, to realize the fact that you helped save a young person's life who would have otherwise died.
Not even an overstatement. And if you didn't save a life, you gave family more time. And you ask anybody that lost a child, what would you give for another day, another week? They'd do anything for that. I mentioned the Devins family. St. Jude bought their daughter, who, no fault of the doctors here, who didn't know what she even had as far as a brain tumor. They never saw anything like it. No, you got to get to St. Jude. They gave their daughter 4.5 more years when they went to St. Jude. I mean, that's why they're here right now. So, yeah, please. And I want to say one more thing. If you guys are in a bah humbug mood, bah humbug spirit, I guarantee doing something like this is going to make you feel better, because odds are pretty good that whoever answers the phone has dealt directly with St. Jude.
I don't have kids or anything like that, but I know that my nieces and nephew are very important to me. So that's where I go with my brain when I'm thinking about this is how could I help? If this could help my nieces or my nephew, that's also a great way to think about it.
Bro, you don't need. And we have it touching us here at the station. John pointed out. I mean, our general manager Michael Valenzuela, his son probably would not be with us. For St. Jude.
There's
saved
no doubt.
his life.
There's no doubt that he would
Straight
not
up.
be here, and he is alive today as a young man named Jacob, 18 years old.
Is that enough? So
yeah,
give the number again. We'll keep it on the screen.
Yep.
Can we keep it on for the rest of the show?
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I'd love that.
We can do that.
800-779-5121. That's 800-779-5121. You can also text KSON to 785-833. KSON to 785-833, or just go to KSON.com. Guys, Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Go Padres, months away, but please do something so we can compete. And you know what? Here's to healthy children. Cheers, guys.
Yes. Thank you, John.
And real quick, who else now needs to come through that Godwin gave you something?
Okay, hang on. As long as you got.
I don't know who to
Is
root
Mark
for.
Andrews on that list? You usually have Mark Andrews.
You know what?
My wife does this year.
I made a mistake.
He's beaten me with Mark Andrews. John has in the past.
All right, so here is my team so far tomorrow
Give me
this
this-
weekend. I got Goff, I've got Travion Henderson, I've got Genty, I've got AJ Brown. Godwin got my 14. I got Kelsey, who needs to bounce back after the horrific, maybe the worst game of his career.
Yeah.
I'm bouncing between a flex right now. I got the Seahawks D. I got Dicker the kicker.
You got Seahawks defense, which
That
is
may
going
win
up
it for you on
against
its
Phillip
own. They're
Rivers.
going against Phillip Rivers, it looks like.
Is he going to start?
Well, they haven't said
They
it.
haven't
but-
said it officially.
But they keep
it's
complimenting of how prepared he is.
looking like Phillip will be in there. That's got to be a 3-sack at least first quarter.
What a
for you.
slap in the face to every 20-year-old practice
a good way
squad
to-
quarterback
You're not,
or
you're not wrong.
clipboard carrying back up. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
We're bringing in a 45-year-old.
Would you
retired
rather
guy.
go with Phillip Rivers or Max Brosmer?
I don't know, man. Who knows who the next gunslinger is out there? You're not going to find out bringing a grandpa in. And I'll say
That's
another
true.
thing.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers, he's almost that age too. How's that going for him?
No,
He's
not
playing
great.
okay, but not the way he used to.
No, not at all.
All right,
I
so
should
I'm
be
gonna
on the
take
station,
off.
guys.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
why-
say, I'm out of here. I'm going to go
Yeah.
help out, answer phones. You hanging with Scraby for the
Gwynn
final
and
half
John
hour.
on 97.
I work for a country station. You guys are sports fans. I don't care what music you listen to. We all love kids. I know you guys and women listening right now in traffic. You love your kids. You do anything for them. Think about those that just would do anything to have their kids back. Please make a donation at text KSON to 785-833.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, guys.
Hall of Fame candidate, by the way.
Yes.
For the Country Music Radio Hall of Fame. If he ever
Yes.
gets in, you can say you've heard him
Yes.
right here on this show. Gwynn and Chris, more to come. Phone number is there. If you'd like to, we wish you would donate to the St. Jude's Radio Telethon going on just down the hall from us here. Thanks to John for coming in. And they really do a great job. They raise a lot of money, but they do it because you help them raise the money out there. So we got the phone number up on the screen if you're on YouTube. And if you're driving and don't have the chance to look at the show, just text KSON and then they'll get you involved and you can contribute.
Let me
which
give you
I think
those
you should do.
Numbers right now. You can text KSON to 785-833, 785-833, or call 800-779-5121.
But we didn't do the biggest fan while we're doing
we need
that.
to do that right now.
We're going to take care of that. We're going to rectify that. Today's biggest fan is, I always wait for some music and there is none. Pierre Batiste of San Diego. Pierre, congratulations. Give us a call within the next 10 minutes. The number for you to call Pierre is 833-288-0973. You call in the 10 minutes, you're going to qualify for the grand prize, a chance to get 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at the Padre game. All the fans, staff, catered by Spiros. Remember, the rest of you, still time to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Pierre Batiste, Battice. Pierre, your 10 minutes starts now. I wanted to tell you something. Oh, I do, before we're going to do our interview.
You got to hurry.
All right. Let's do the interview first.
Okay. Write it down.
Aztec basketball. And a young star on the rise is Bailey Barnhart. Tony and I had a lot of fun with our interview her earlier. You'll hear it after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brought to you by the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans. Jammed on the 15th southbound at Balboa Avenue with a collision, then the 5 southbound at Claremont Drive. There's a crash off on the right shoulder. So clearing an accident further south at Division Street. So all lanes right now are subject to closure, but there's a tow truck on the scene. And you've got one lane down. It's the left lane eastbound on the 8 at College Avenue with another accident.
My mom, my dad, works for Caltrans. On the freeway, right next to speeding cars. Please be careful. Flashing lights mean move over. Brought to you by the kids of Caltrans.
Right now, a big week for the Aztecs basketball. Conference play is starting next week, but the women Aztecs ended up non-conference play on a big high note the other day, guys. Beat Kansas State on the road, 64-53. A Kansas State team, by the way, that was in the Sweet 16 last year. So nice win. And joining us from the Aztec women's team is Bailey Barnhart, the sophomore forward from San Diego and starring now at her hometown school at San Diego State. Bailey, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you, Chris?
Well, I'm good. Tony's here as well. We appreciate you taking a break. I know Friday afternoon's a big beach day for you. So I hate to cut into that, but let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about the team and what this meant to win that game. On Wednesday at K-State. It's all a process. You guys won the championship in the conference last year. So I know that's the ultimate goal, but this win, I would imagine, is going to give you guys a lot of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, 100%. To go to K-State and play in that arena filled with 5,000, 6,000 little kids screaming at the top of their lungs was definitely the highlight after couple bumpy roads to start this season, but ultimately being able to beat them after they just came off of a big time win against number 13 Ole Miss was definitely the highlight of the season so far for at least myself, and a couple other girls. So
Bailey, you started every game this season so far after your freshman season, in which you played a little bit, but not as much as I'm sure you would like. What were you able to kind of take from your experience last year as you went into the spring and as you moved through the summer? to kind of establish yourself as a starting big?
Yeah. I feel like the biggest motivator, at least for me, was my butt on the bench.
I've heard that before.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's, it's very true. Obviously, I wish there were some more opportunities last year, but taking those experiences that I had last year and working so that that same kind of year wouldn't repeat itself this year was my biggest motivator. I did not want to sit on the bench anymore. But I will say that year really helped me get that motivation, one, and two, learn a lot from just watching a different perspective than I was normally used to. But yeah, I took a lot from last year, and it helped me, really get a lot of work in with the help of the coaching staff, James especially. So yeah, it really helped a lot in ways I didn't really realize then.
Bailey Barnhart is with us from the San Diego State women's basketball team, a star here in San Diego at Del Norte High School, all CIF, yes, and moving on to the Aztecs. And really, Bailey talked about she didn't get the chance to play as much. I don't think it was because of her. It was because of three players that were ahead of her.
Right.
They were all really good players, and they all had, really great years, so it was just hard. But the big breakthrough, I thought, for Bailey came in the game that we went down to LSU, and the tournament game. Obviously, it was a one-sided game, but in the second half, Bailey came in there and held her own. In fact, outplayed a lot of those LSU kids. I thought that was a stepping stone right there, Bailey.
Yeah, that was a fun game, fun environment, and in a situation where you really have nothing to lose, it was easy to kind of just give it my all in such a big stage. So that was fun. Yeah.
Bailey, what has it been like for you being a homegrown kid here? We just talked about played at Del Norte. What is it like to be able to play at home in front of friends and family as often as you get to?
Well, obviously there comes the perk of the weather that I love, and but ultimately my community is my everything. My family came to a lot of my high school games at Del Norte, and they've continued to come at San Diego State. My grandpa has 4 front row seats in the nice padded area, so just having them in my corner is really my everything. A lot of my neighbors, my friends, and they all come, and it really is the kind of support that really pushes me to try and get better and be better, especially with all the help that they've provided me with.
Now, you said your grandparents have 4 front row tickets. I see your dad at the games. He's about 3-4 rows back. So evidently he gets shuffled to the back, but I'm kidding. We got to talk about your dad because his name, Barnhart, some may remember this. Look, if you were a USD basketball fan at all, you remember Brooks Barnhart, who was a all-conference forward for USD. And that is Bailey's dad. And he is such a good guy, Tony. The support that he gives Bailey, and you've talked about this to me before, as a parent who's an athlete, letting the coaches do their thing, not involving. Her dad, to me, is that kind of guy and gives you the right support, Bailey. I think it means a lot to you, and it's given you a good, background to go about your career.
Yeah, 100%. My dad introduced me to the game, but as far as my college career, he's been just supportive. He knows that there's so much that is unseen in practices that the fans don't get to see. So he doesn't really have much input, lets the coaches do their thing. And I like it that way. He's just somebody I could vent to, and he doesn't really add much input back, but he really is supporting me through everything.
Now, I imagine that changed a little bit once you got to college. When you were in high school, I mean, how tough was Pops on you in terms of the way you went about your business on the court?
You do have pretty good footwork. You must have got that somewhere.
Honestly, a lot of people are surprised when I say this. He would let me initiate everything. All the extra hours I put in the gym, it was all initiated by myself. He was never the type to push a lot, but when I would ask, he would he would help me a lot. And whether that's rebounding, defense, I told Chris this a bunch. We one-on-one a lot before he got too old before I started beating.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a fun guy.
He really is a good guy. Bailey Barnhart is our guest from the Aztec women's basketball team. You came in last year with Naomi Panganiban from La Jolla Country Day, and then two other freshmen, Nat Martinez and Kaylin Hamilton. The four of you have formed a bond that, you know, I saw last year. It has really carried over into this year. You guys all room together and come to the games together and support each other. And it's fun the other day at K-State. I don't know if you saw, but all four of you are on the court. It's not the first time, but what a great connection you all seem to have made.
Yeah, 100%. Those are my girls. I think through life, you know, we spent so much time together on the court and now off the court living together. And I say this all the time, a lot of chemistry that's made off the court translates to on the court. And so just being able to share that time with them on the court is everything to me, especially.
Now, is your dad having a hard time showing up wearing Aztec black?
That's right, as
black
USD
and red?
guy.
I mean,
Yeah,
this has got to
question.
be a little bit of conflict of interest.
Yeah, it was a pretty big debate right before I came to school, but he's decked out in all the gear now.
That's
He loves
awesome.
it. So, yeah, but it took a little bit to get there.
You might be able to tell Bailey's got a great sense of humor and a great way about her, but I'm going to give you just a little peek into how devious this young lady is, Tony.
Uh-oh.
You like these stories anyway. We're on the plane the other night coming back from K-State, and we had to sit on the runway when we landed for, I don't know, tarmac. Thank you, Scraby. Probably for 45 minutes while the plane ahead of us deplaned or whatever. So anyway, everybody's nerves are getting a little touchy.
45 minutes is a long time on the tarmac.
All right. So about 5 rows ahead of us as everybody's deplaning, we're in row 30 something. A lady got upset at a guy who kind of tried to move and push his way past her. And she goes, he's pushing me. He's pushing me. And the stewardess stepped in. It didn't really develop, but it got everybody's attention. We're sitting 5 rows behind. Bailey turns to me and says, when we get off, I'm going to tell the stewardess you've been pushing me. That is the devious Bailey Barnhart right there. So anyway, hey, Bailey, best of luck. Obviously, you know, I'll be there. Tony will be down at games, and we wish you the best. It's going to be another great season, I'm sure. Kicks off with conference play next Wednesday, at Fresno. And then the first conference home game is a week from Saturday. So we'll be catching up with you throughout the season. Say hi to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Bailey.
Thank you for your time.
Good job, Bailey. Thank you, Bailey Barnhart from the Aztec women's basketball team. Yeah, good job by Bailey there. And it leaves me enough time to just sneak this in. Scraby was over there singing the Grinch song.
You're a mean one.
That one.
Mr. Grinch.
Exactly. Which got me thinking, what is the name? It's like a crazy name of the guy who sings that song. So I looked it up. The guy's name is Thurl Ravenscroft. That's really his name.
That's an amazing name.
Thurl Ravenscroft sang the Grinch song. But here's what you probably did not know. Same guy, Thurl Ravenscroft, was also the voice of Tony the Tiger on the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes commercials.
They're great.
Very good, Scrape. That was him. Same
what
guy.
A life for him.
A little trivia to take you into the weekend.
What a life.
Yeah. Scraby's next with the Chronicles. Remember to donate to St. Jude. If you can all do it, it would be fantastic. And we'll see you on Monday, everyone. So long.